I collect attributes in the apocalypse. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 126. Why do you want to help me? On the way back to the villa, Lin Fan had been thinking about how to deal with it. Hujayaki's strength and speed both reached 9. It seemed that the gap between him and Hujayaki was only 2, but the main reason was that there was a leap between the first level evolver and the second level evolver. If they were both second level evolvers and Hujayaki's data was 2 higher than his, then he would challenge Hujayaki head on. Not to mention defeating Hujayaki, but Hujayaki might not be able to defeat him. Now that there is a gap between the levels of the evolvers, things are not that simple. In other words, he is not sure of defeating Hujayaki head on. It's a bit tricky. Lin Fan frowned slightly. In terms of strength, he is not as good as Hujayaki. In terms of manpower, he is even more crushed by Hujayaki and others. It seems that we have to think of a way from Old Wang. After thinking for a while, Lin Fan decided to start with Old Wang. This time, the main thing is that Hujayaki wants to force Old Wang to make a choice. If what Su Guanyu said is correct, Old Wang will still refuse to join Hujayaki's forces in 3 days. Then, there will inevitably be a conflict between the two sides. He stood on the side of Mr. Wang to help him resist Hujayaki's power, and it was completely reasonable to ask Mr. Wang for some benefits. As for this kind of benefit, it was obviously related to weapons. With Mr. Wang's forging skills, if he forged a weapon with 100% care, he would definitely be able to make the weapon very powerful. He needed Mr. Wang to forge him a better weapon than the one forged under normal circumstances. In this way, perhaps he could narrow the gap with Hujayaki. Thinking of this, Lin Fan decided to go to Mr. Wang to discuss this matter early tomorrow morning. The people that Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia brought to the villa to monitor were still resting in the car. Lin Fan's return did not wake anyone up and he quickly returned to the room. A night passed, and Lin Fan got up early the next morning. To his surprise, Murenzhu also got up very early, and the two met after they opened the door. Murenzhu got up so early, actually just to see if Lin Fan had returned safely. Seeing Lin Fan appear in front of her, her worries slowly dissipated. Lin Fan, did you go to find out the situation last night? Murenzhu asked Lin Fan with her beautiful eyes. Yes, Lin Fan nodded and said, the situation is not very optimistic. Is the opponent very strong? Very strong. Lin Fan's eyes narrowed slightly and said, with our current strength, we are definitely not the opponent of Hujayaki and others. As for how strong Hujayaki is, Lin Fan naturally could not tell Murenzhu. Murenzhu did not ask Lin Fan how he found out. She asked with a serious look, then what are you going to do? I plan to talk to Mr. Wang first, Lin Fan pondered. Talk to Mr. Wang. Murenzhu did not quite understand what Lin Fan meant. Lin Fan told him what he thought last night. After listening, Murenzhu's beautiful eyes lit up and said, you can try this method. Let Mr. Wang forge the weapons better. Maybe there will be a turning point. For now, this is the only way to try it. Lin Fan smiled. Do you want to go back and ask Brother Zhang and others to come to help? Murenzhu asked. Not for the time being. The number and strength of the opponent cannot be equalized by Brother Zhang and others. We can't fight them head on. We have to use other means. Lin Fan shook his head. Zhang Xianzhen and his men might be of some help, but the help would not be particularly great. If something goes wrong at that time, it would be an unnecessary loss. I'll go talk to Old Man Wang first and see what he thinks, Lin Fan said. Okay, Murenzhu nodded slightly. Lin Fan no longer hesitated and walked towards the building opposite, while Murenzhu went to Murenshan's room. Lin Fan quickly woke up Su Guanyu. Lin Fan, you got up so early. Su Guanyu quickly came out of the room and greeted him. I want to see Old Man Wang, Lin Fan said. Okay, I'll take you there. Su Guanyu didn't ask any more questions. At this time, Old Man Wang was not on the forging place, but in his room. Su Guanyu took Lin Fan to the door, and he walked up and knocked on the door. Old Man Wang, are you awake? Yes, Xiao Su, the door is open. Just come in directly. Old Man Wang's voice came from the room. Su Guanyu stretched out his hand to open the door and said, Mr. Wang, Lin Fan has something to talk to you about. Lin Fan, Mr. Wang was a little surprised. He didn't expect Lin Fan to come to him, Okay, ask him to come over, he's already here, he's just outside, Su Guanyu said, looking back at Lin Fan outside the door, and nodded to signal Lin Fan to come over. When Lin Fan walked into the room, Su Guanyu said, then you guys talk, I'll go back first. He didn't know what Lin Fan wanted to talk to Mr. Wang about, but what he knew was that Lin Fan didn't tell him on the way here, which meant that Lin Fan didn't want him to know. He still had this self-knowledge. After Su Guanyu left, Lin Fan said, Mr. Wang, I'm sorry to bother you so early, but I do have something important to discuss with you. Sit here. Mr. Wang invited Lin Fan to sit on the sofa next to him. You are my guest, you can just say whatever you want. Lin Fan came to forge weapons, and he wanted to collect a reward. There was nothing wrong with saying that Lin Fan was his guest. Lin Fan nodded and said, I heard Su Guanyu talk about some things about Hujiaki's forces. Hujiaki's people came to say those things yesterday. If I'm not mistaken, it should be asking you to make a choice. I wonder what you think, Mr. Wang. At the question asked by Lin Fan, Mr. Wang's face also showed a hint of surprise. He didn't expect that Lin Fan came to him to talk about this matter. Why are you curious about this? Mr. Wang did not answer Lin Fan's question immediately, but asked a question carefully. I want to help you, Lin Fan replied directly. Help me? Old Wang's cloudy eyes suddenly condensed. Why do you want to help me, Old Wang? I won't say anything in secret, because I am interested in your forging skills, and I think you can join my team. Lin Fan looked at Old Wang and said, but I won't force you to make a choice like Hujiaki did. I just want to express my wishes. Whether you will join my team or not, I am willing to provide you with some help. After all, if you go to Hujiaki, it means that I have no chance at all. I want to keep some opportunities in my hands. Since Old Wang is a soft-hearted person, Lin Fan naturally has to grasp this point. Instead of playing dumb with Old Wang, it is better to directly state his intentions, which can also make Old Wang lower his guard and express his own ideas and plans. Otherwise, if it is said that he provides help for free, anyone would probably be wary. Chapter 127 Negotiation with Mr. Wang. Elder Wang did lower his guard when Lin Fan openly stated his purpose. Moreover, Lin Fan had a good grasp of the scale of his words, which was neither artificial nor gave people room for maneuver, without any aggressive momentum at all. I'm afraid the final result will disappoint you. I really have no intention of joining any faction. Elder Wang shook his head and smiled. Elder Wang, I said, whether you will join my team or not, I am willing to provide you with some help. Lin Fan also smiled and said, if you are unwilling to compromise with Hujiaki, then I think we can discuss a response plan. Elder Wang squinted his eyes and looked at Lin Fan carefully, wanting to see what Lin Fan was up to. However, after staring at him for a long time, he did not see that Lin Fan had any other conspiracy. I heard from Ziosu that you are very powerful. If you can help me, I will definitely be very grateful, Old Wang said solemnly, but I have to remind you that Hujiaki is very powerful. If you stand on my side and fight against her, it may be full of danger for you. This danger is likely to endanger your life. Su Guanyu and others did not know how strong the overall strength of Hujiaki's forces was, but Old Wang knew much more than them. Lin Fan said straight to the point that he would provide help, and he did not want to hide anything from Lin Fan. At least, remind Lin Fan first. I know, Lin Fan nodded, we are ready to face the danger, no matter what the result is. I thank you here first. Old Wang thanked him seriously. Now, Old Wang, can you tell me your thoughts and plans? Lin Fan asked with a smile. Yes, Old Man Wang also nodded and said, I will definitely not join her forces. If she wants to force me to join, then I can only fight her to the death. I thought about it all night last night and decided to find someone to help. Find someone? Who? Lin Fan asked curiously. I have forged weapons for many people during this period. I want to offer them some suitable conditions so that they can help me deal with the current difficulties, Old Man Wang said. A master who can forge weapons is like an alchemist in a novel. They are all respected professions. If such a person seeks help, there will be many people willing to help. After all, this means that Old Man Wang owes them a favor, and it will be much easier to find Old Man Wang to forge weapons in the future. Old Man Wang, your idea is good, but I may have to tell you some bad news, Lin Fan pondered. What? I'm afraid you can't notify those people to come and help you. Lin Fan glanced at the window and said, Hujiaki has already arranged spies around this villa. No one who leaves the villa can escape their surveillance. Too much. Old Wang's face changed. He originally thought that Hujayaki would only give him 3 days to consider it. After he refused, Hujayaki would take some other measures. Unexpectedly, Hujayaki had arranged people to monitor the villa. He did not doubt that Lin Fan was lying. With the manpower of Hujayaki's forces, it was not difficult to do this. Moreover, even if you can find a chance to get out of surveillance, you may not be able to notify others to come and help in such a short time. Lin Fan raised his eyebrows slightly. Old Wang, don't you think so? Those evolvers will not stay in the same place every day without moving. Lin Fan's words made Old Wang completely realize that the situation has become very bad. He thought hard last night to come up with a solution, but now it seems that this solution is not feasible at all. With the power of his villa, how could it be a match for Hujayaki and others? However, he soon realized another problem. Lin Fan, since you know that Hujayaki's people have monitored this villa and you still come to me to negotiate, it means that you also have a plan, right? Old Wang stared at Lin Fan. At this moment, an idea emerged in his mind. Maybe, this crisis may really depend on Lin Fan to resolve. After all, Lin Fan dared to come to him to negotiate like this, so he must not be completely unsure. I have a plan, but this plan requires your help, Old Wang. Lin Fan nodded. You tell me first, Old Wang gestured. I need a powerful weapon, Lin Fan said. Weapons? Old Wang was stunned. It's already in the process of forging. It won't be ready so quickly, Old Wang. I know the weapons you forge are very powerful, but I believe that the weapons you forge with all your heart and soul must be quite different from the weapons you forge at ordinary times. Lin Fan said word by word. If you can forge a weapon for me with all your heart and soul, then I will be sure to deal with Hujayaki. Once I defeat Hujayaki, I will have the basic conditions to negotiate peace with him. At that time, I will delay for a while. When I go back and prepare fully, I can guarantee that Hujayaki will no longer be a threat to you. Lin Fan knew very well that it was too difficult to rely on these people to wipe out Hujayaki's forces in one go, so he could only choose to delay time. In this way, he would have enough time to prepare more fully, and naturally he would not worry about Hujayaki's forces at that time. Are you sure you can deal with Hujayaki? Do you know how strong she is? Old Wang looked at Lin Fan in surprise. As long as you can forge a weapon for me with all your heart and soul, then I will be sure to deal with it, Lin Fan said affirmatively. Old Wang pondered for a long time before asking again, how strong is the team behind you? My team has no less than 5,000 people in total, and there are dozens of evolvers, Lin Fan said. These two numbers naturally include Chen Shai and Long and others. No less than 5,000 people. Dozens of evolvers. Old Wang was also shocked by such a number. He had guessed that Lin Fan's team was not weak at the beginning, but when he guessed that Lin Fan had a team of hundreds of people at most. He never thought that Lin Fan's team had so many people. The key is that there are even dozens of evolvers. Such overall strength is definitely greater than Hujayaki's power. Old Wang, by the way, I can also tell you that there are 2 professors doing scientific research in my team. They have mastered the machine for producing bullets. As long as there are enough materials, they can produce bullets endlessly. Lin Fan smiled faintly and said, the reason we came out to meet Su Guanyu and others this time is because of materials. Originally, we came out to find materials for producing bullets. I didn't expect to learn from them that you can forge weapons. This shows that this is also a kind of fate for me and you to know each other. Chapter 128. Something is happening at the villa. In the apocalypse, just like in ancient times, there is a saying that whoever wins the hearts of the people wins the world. Winning the hearts of the people is not only important in ancient times, but also in the apocalypse. Only when the hearts of the people are won can the power be more cohesive and can it continue to grow. People like Old Wang have their own strength and forging skills. Ordinary teams really cannot attract them. Therefore, Lin Fan has to show as much as possible how great the potential of his team is. It was not beyond his expectation that when he heard that there were 2 scientific research professors in the team who could produce bullets, Old Wang's face could not help but change. Bullets belong to the category of hot weapons, and what he produces belongs to the category of cold weapons. The 2 can complement each other in the apocalypse. I didn't expect your team to be so strong. Old Wang took a deep breath and looked at Lin Fan deeply. Old Wang, I'm telling you this just to tell you that I'm sure I can deal with Hujayaki and the others, but I need some time now. Lin Fan's expression condensed. If we can delay this wave of time, there will be no problem later. Okay, Old Wang nodded and said solemnly, Lin Fan, thank you very much for your help. Don't worry, I will do my best to forge the most powerful halberd for you, Old Wang. I have another suggestion. Lin Fan smiled faintly. What? Old Wang asked. Now those evolvers waiting for weapons in the villa, you can tell them that you are in crisis and see if they are willing to stand on your side and help, Lin Fan said in a deep voice. For those who are willing to help, continue to forge weapons for them. For those who are unwilling to help, return the materials to them. This is a good suggestion. Old Wang nodded again. After all, they are facing a crisis now, and those who are unwilling to help naturally don't need to spend time forging weapons for them. You can even tell them that if they are willing to help, you can give them a weapon for free in the future, and use them first, Lin Fan said. Okay, I'll go talk to them later. Old Wang was very satisfied with Lin Fan's proposal. By the way, Old Wang, are there many guns in Hujiaki's forces? Do you know about this situation? Lin Fan continued to ask. As for guns, they don't have many. Even if they did before, the bullets must have been almost consumed. Without bullets, guns are equivalent to scrap metal, Old Wang replied. That's good. Without guns, we will have a better chance, Lin Fan smiled faintly and said, besides, I have a lot of guns and bullets in my car, maybe even more than theirs. When he came out this time, he did bring a lot of guns and bullets in the RV in case of emergency, but he didn't expect that he could really use them. Of course, he didn't bring the laser gun with him. The last time he used the laser gun to deal with Su Qinkang, it was mainly because of the zombies surrounding him and the carelessness of Su Qinkang and others. This time, in this county, the zombies were cleaned up by Hujiaki's forces, and even if he wanted to attract zombies, he couldn't attract many. If we attract them from other places, it will take a long time. After all, the movement speed of ordinary zombies is just like that. It is impossible to move as fast as driving a car. Without the zombies surrounding us, and Hujiaki's strength is not simple, even if she has a laser gun. She may not be able to kill Hujiaki. She can have a chance to escape. That's great. In this way, at least we don't have to worry about them threatening us with guns. Old Wang showed joy. Well, Old Wang, then you should go and talk to the other evolvers now. You have to hurry up, Lin Fan pondered. Okay, Old Wang naturally knew that time was very tight. Old Wang did not go to Lu Xianzong and others one by one, but asked Su Guanyu to notify Lu Xianzong and others to gather together. After he told the story, 5 people from Lu Xianzong and others expressed their willingness to help, and 5 people said they did not want to wade into this muddy water. For the 5 people who were unwilling to provide help, Old Wang returned the forging materials to them and asked them to leave the villa. Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanji arranged people to monitor outside. When they saw the 5 evolvers walk out of the villa, they secretly watched them and sent people back to report. Villa area. A thin boy quickly came to Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanji. Brother Wu, Brother Nai, there is something going on at the villa, the thin boy said. Tell me. What's going on? Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanji looked at the thin boy at the same time. 5 people came out of the villa, but they were not brought to the villa by Su Guanyu. Where is Mr. Wang, Mr. Wang is still in the villa, the thin boy answered quickly. Hearing this, Wu Huiqing glanced at Na Yuanji and said, what do you think? Na Yuanji thought for a while, and continued to stare at the thin boy and asked, did the 5 people come out of the villa with weapons in their hands? No, they did take materials for forging weapons, the thin boy replied. Their purpose of going to the villa must be to find Old Wang to forge weapons. They came out empty-handed and brought materials, which means that Old Wang did not forge weapons for them. Na Yuanji frowned and analyzed. This is a bit strange. Logically, as long as others bring enough materials, Old Wang will not refuse to forge weapons. Hearing Na Yuanji say this, Wu Huiqing also fell into deep thought. After a moment, Wu Huiqing spoke. Do you think that Old Wang deliberately confused us? Confuse? What do you mean? Na Yuanji did not understand what Wu Huiqing meant. I mean, Old Wang may still be unwilling to join our team, but he also knows that with his current strength, he can't fight us at all. Wu Huiqing exhaled lightly and said, therefore, will he let these 5 people go out to help him find people who forged weapons for him before to help? This possibility cannot be ruled out. Na Yuanji clenched his palms slightly. Old Wang must know that we will not let him leave the villa. If he shows up in person, we will stop him. Yes, that's what I think. Wu Huiqing nodded. Na Yuanji looked at the skinny boy again and asked, when you came back to report, did you arrange someone to keep an eye on those 5 guys? Yes, We kept an eye on them, the skinny boy said. Okay, take us to find them now. Whether they want to help Old Wang to tip off or not, we have to get some useful information from them. Na Yuanjia made a quick decision. Do you want to tell Sister Qi and Brother Chang? Wu Huiqing asked. No, if we delay any further, if those 5 people leave, and there is a bigger mess at that time, we can't bear such responsibility. Na Yuanjia waved his hand and said. Sister Qi and Brother Cheng handed this matter to us and gave us enough trust. We can't let them down, then let's go and find those 5 people quickly, Wu Huiqing echoed. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 129 Forced to Join. Led by the skinny boy, Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia quickly brought their people to the front of the 5 evolvers. Everyone, stop first, I have something to tell you, Wu Huiqing said. After the 5 evolvers came out of the villa, they walked together all the time and never separated. It's not that they have a good relationship, but they gathered together to discuss what Mr. Wang said. Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia had never seen each other before, and this was the first time they met. What's the matter? One person frowned and asked. He was very unhappy about Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia's sudden blocking of the road. You just came out from Mr. Wang, right? Wu Huiqing asked. Following us, the man's face changed, and he said in a bad tone, get out of the way if you know what's good for you. Don't force us to fight, haha, it seems that you are very confident in your strength, Wu Huiqing smiled coldly and said, in this case, I have to dampen your confidence first and let you know the importance of answering questions obediently. After the voice fell, Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia looked at each other. Without the slightest hesitation, the 2 rushed up tacitly. The people they brought also rushed out at this time. The 5 people were null evolvers. How could they tolerate the attitude of Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia? And in anger, the 2 sides quickly fought together. After this battle lasted for about 10 minutes, it ended with a victory of Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia's team. All 5 evolvers were knocked to the ground. They realized that Wu Huiqing, Na Yuanjia and others came prepared. This is your last chance. If you don't answer the questions properly, I can only send you away from this beautiful world. Na Yuanjia's eyes swept over the 5 people, focusing on the person who spoke first. What do you want to ask? If we know, we will answer truthfully, the man said. This attitude is right. If you had this attitude just now, you wouldn't have been beaten. A faint smile flashed across Na Yuanjia's face. The 5 people felt bitter. If they had known that Wu Huiqing, Na Yuanjia and others were stronger than them, how could they have had the idea of fighting? Na Yuanjia calmed down and said, you went to see Mr. Wang before to forge weapons, right? Yes, then why are you coming out with materials now, Mr. Wang won't help us forge, reason, because he asked us to help him fight against a force. If we agree, he will help us forge weapons, and he can also give us an extra one in the future, but the 5 of us don't want to get involved in muddy water, so we rejected his conditions. Facing Na Yuanjia's questioning, they didn't dare to lie at this time. After all, if they still dared to lie in this situation, Na Yuanjia and others would definitely wipe them out. This answer surprised Na Yuanjia and Wu Huiqing. They didn't expect that Old Wang didn't ask these 5 people to go out to inform them, but invited them to help, but they refused. Does this mean that, except for you 5, the other evolvers who stayed in the villa have agreed to help Old Wang? Wu Huiqing stared at the man and asked. At that time, Old Wang asked the 5 of us and the other 5 to talk together. The other 5 agreed, but we don't know about the rest, the man said honestly, because after we rejected Old Wang's invitation, he returned the forging materials to us and let us leave the villa. Among the other 5 you mentioned, do you include a young man in his 20s and 2 beautiful women? Wu Huiqing asked again. No, we know the 3 of them. We saw them at dinner, the man replied. Su Guanyu and his 4 are not included. Right, well, neither are Su Guanyu and his 4. Wu Huiqing raised his eyebrows slightly, then looked at Na Yuanjia and analyzed. According to this calculation, there are at least 12 evolvers on Mr. Wang's side. The other 5 people, Su Guanyu and his 4, and Lin Fan's 3, add up to 12. Yes, Mr. Wang himself is also an evolver, and there are also people who watch over them. There are probably evolvers among the people who forge inside. Na Yuanjia thought for a while and said, conservatively speaking, there should be 20 evolvers. We have to tell Sister Qi this information, Wu Huiqing said. Sister Qi, the man was startled and said in surprise, are you people from Hu Jiaqi's faction? What? Do you have any objections? Wu Huiqing's eyes flashed coldly. No objection. The man shook his head and said sincerely, 2 elder brothers, this is all we know. We have said everything we should say. There is absolutely no concealment. Please let us live. We will definitely go far away and never step into this place again. The other 4 people also begged for mercy. They just wanted to survive now. Nothing was more important than survival. If you answered the questions honestly before, maybe you could leave, but now, it's better for you to stay. Na Yuanjia had a cold smile on his face. You want to kill us? The 5 people were all shocked. At this moment, they couldn't help but feel a strong regret in their hearts. If they had known that they would meet Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia when they left the villa, they might as well accept the invitation of Mr. Wang and help Mr. Wang deal with these people. In that way, at least they could get a favor from Mr. Wang, at least they would have a chance to continue living, and they would not die here now. However, Na Yuanjia's next words made them feel slightly relieved. Who said I want to kill you? Na Yuanjia glanced in the direction of the villa area and said, I'll give you a chance to live. If you join our team, you can survive. If you don't join our team, then this day next year will be your death anniversary. Although these 5 guys were defeated by them, it doesn't mean that these 5 guys are useless. No matter what, they are still 5 evolvers. Hearing this, the 5 people looked at each other, as if they didn't expect Na Yuanjia to use this to force them to make a choice. I'll give you 10 seconds to think about it. If you still can't make the right choice after 10 seconds, then let us choose a painful way for you to die, Na Yuanjia said in a gloomy tone. I join. When Na Yuanjia started counting, 5 voices came out one after another. What can the 5 of them do? Their lives are in the hands of the other party. If they don't join, they will only die. There is no other choice. Very good, congratulations on making a very correct choice. Na Yuanjia was obviously very satisfied with this result, and waved his hand and said, everyone get up and report back with us first. Chapter 130 The deal is done. Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia did not waste any time and led everyone back to the villa area. The 5 people who had just joined in naturally could not trust their loyalty, and it would take some time to test them. Therefore, after returning to the villa area, Na Yuanjia asked someone to take the 5 of them to find a room to stay, and he went to find Hu Jiaqi with Wu Huiqing. Inside the luxurious villa, Hu Jiaqi, wearing a light blue dress, sat on the sofa and looked at Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia in front of him, listening to their reports on a series of situations. After reporting the situation, Na Yuanjia asked, Sister Qi, according to what the 5 people said, Mr. Wang is probably determined to refuse to join us. Should we take action in advance? No, it's still the 3 days we said before, Hu Jiaqi denied without hesitation. You just need to keep an eye on the villa. Mr. Wang can't find any external aid. With the people in the villa now, they can't be our opponents at all. In fact, Hu Jiaqi is also a woman with a very delicate mind. Of course, she knows that she can take measures against Mr. Wang now, but she still wants to see Mr. Wang voluntarily join her team. Only in this way would Mr. Wang sincerely forge weapons. Although she would force Mr. Wang to join if he didn't want to, she had no other choice. She could still wait for 3 days, so there was no need to rush. Okay, Na Yuanjia nodded, and then said, by the way, Sister Qi, I plan to keep those 5 people confined to the villa for a while, and then arrange them to carry out the task when their minds are almost tempered. Don't bother so much, let Chang Libei go talk to them. I believe they will do their job well after the talk, Hu Jiaqi said. Okay, then we'll go talk to Brother Chang about this. Na Yuanjia nodded again. Then, he and Wu Huiqing turned and left the villa. After a while, Hu Jiaqi also walked out of the villa, looked ahead, and then retracted his gaze and walked towards the wall on the left side of the villa. To be precise, it was to the wall area under the window of her room. With a glance, she saw a small dent on the wall caused by a collision. Looking at the ground again, there happened to be a small stone. Hu Jiaqi walked to the small stone, bent down and picked it up. She could clearly see that one side of the small stone also had the degree of impact. She took this side and moved it closer to the small concave mark on the wall, and it fit together completely. It is not difficult to infer that the small concave mark on the wall was caused by the impact of this small stone. Moreover, the impact was very strong to form this effect. Who came here last night? Fujiyaki stared at the small stone in her hand and fell into deep thought. She didn't think too much when she heard the noise last night, but now after seeing these situations, she can naturally be 100% sure that someone deliberately used a small stone to create the noise. This really surprised her. You know, this area is all her territory, and many places are guarded. It stands to reason that no outsider can come in smoothly. Could it be someone in the team? This thought flashed through Fujiyaki's mind. However, this idea was quickly denied by her. No one in the team has the courage to run to her here to play a prank. In this case, someone from outside must have come here. Where did he come from? Fujiyaki looked around and fell into deep thought again. Half a minute later, she looked back and locked her gaze on the halfway point of the mountain. A flash of enlightenment suddenly flashed across her eyes. She figured it out. The other party must have come in from the back mountain. Interesting. After staring at the halfway point of the mountain for a long time, Fujiyaki's mouth corners slightly raised. Although she didn't know who came here, she had already developed a strong curiosity about that person. In the villa, Lin Fan returned to the room and joined Murinzu and Murinshan. How is it? What did Old Wang say? Murinzu asked. Lin Fan replied with 3 words, it's settled. This answer made Murinzu smile, and she said, with the full cooperation of Mr. Wang, we don't have to worry too much about the other party, we can't be careless. Lin Fan looked in the direction of the RV where they parked and said, let's go, let's take down the guns on the RV, we may need them when the time comes. Does the other party have guns? Murinzu asked again. Yes, but I don't know how many, Lin Fan said as he walked. We brought a lot of guns and bullets this time, which should be enough to deal with this. At this point, Lin Fan added, of course, it's best not to use guns, which will cause a lot of unnecessary casualties, especially when we are not in a numerical advantage now. Brother Lin Fan, do you think the other party will surround this place and leave us without food resources to replenish? Murinshan said. The other side is very confident in their strength now. In this case, they will not take such measures, Lin Fan replied. Moreover, there must be a lot of food resources stored in the villa of Mr. Wang. Even if they really surround this place, there is no need to worry about having no food to eat in a short time. That's true. It is indeed very convenient to store food resources in such a large villa, Murinshan nodded. As they were talking, they came to the RV. Lin Fan opened the door of the RV, walked in and came out with 2 large backpacks. Then he went in again and took out 2 large backpacks again. The first 2 were full of guns. The back 2 were full of bullets. Will these be distributed to them at that time? Murinzu looked at the 4 backpacks and asked Lin Fan with her beautiful eyes. For the time being, we will not consider giving them to other evolvers, but we can consider giving them to Suguanai and the other 4. After all, they are also people trusted by Mr. Wang. If the guns fall into their hands, there should be no problem, Lin Fan said with a smile. The other evolvers he mentioned naturally refer to Lu Xianzong and others. When Mr. Wang talked to Lu Xianzong and others, Lu Xianzong was the first to express his willingness to stay and help. This surprised Lin Fan. He didn't expect this guy to be so confident. However, this saved him a lot of trouble. If Lu Xianzong was going to leave, he wanted to give Lu Xianzong a test and let him stay to fight against Fujiyaki's forces. Since Lu Xianzong took the initiative to make the choice, he only needed to observe Lu Xianzong's performance. If he performed well, he might give Lu Xianzong a chance to join. Chapter 131 Forging completed. It was not yet time to start a war with Fujiyaki's forces. Lin Fan did not take the guns directly to distribute them, but took them back to his room first. In the following time, Old Wang devoted himself to forging weapons as promised to Lin Fan. The weapons he had forged for others before were all completed with the help of others. This time, he did not ask anyone to help him for the long halberd for Lin Fan. In fact, he used a special material in the forging process. He was reluctant to use this special material to forge other weapons, which he had hidden in secret. Lin Fan was willing to help him, so he naturally could not let Lin Fan be disappointed with the weapon. 3 days passed in a blink of an eye. At noon that day, the weather was sunny and cloudless. In the villa area, Fujiyaki, Cheng Libai and others gathered on the playground. Sister Qi, Brother Chang, I just went to count, and everyone who should come has come. Wu Huiking and Na Yuanjia walked around, counted the number of people, and then walked to Hu Jiaqi and Cheng Libei to report. Since everyone is here, don't delay. Get in the car and set off for the villa, Hu Jiaqi ordered. Yes, everyone answered in unison and got into the car. The huge convoy immediately rushed towards the villa. Inside the villa, Lin Fan and the other two stood at the entrance of the forging area. The other party should be here soon. Why hasn't Mr. Wang forged your weapon yet? Muran Shan looked in the direction of the villa area with her beautiful eyes and said with some concern. At this time, she and Muranzu each held a long sword in their hands. This was sent to them by Mr. Wang before. The two long swords are exactly the same in length and appearance. Moreover, they look not much different from the long swords in TV dramas. They are both beautiful and sharp. Just now, Muran Shan had tried it with the trunk of a tree. With a sword, the trunk, which was as thick as a thumb, was easily split. It can be seen that there is absolutely no problem with the sharpness of this long sword. Don't worry, Mr. Wang knows that time is running out, and he will finish it before the other party arrives, Lin Fan said with a faint smile. After contacting Mr. Wang, he judged that Mr. Wang was a reliable person, not to mention that the matter now was about life and death, and Mr. Wang would do it anyway. Seeing the smile on Lin Fan's face, Muran Shan didn't know what to say, and could only nod her little head helplessly. After a while, Su Guanyu came here. Lin Fan, I have arranged all the positions as you said, and I'm just waiting for the guns to be distributed. Su Guanyu walked in front of Lin Fan and reported. After communicating with Mr. Wang, he now directly obeyed Lin Fan's arrangements and instructions. Lin Fan made a specific analysis of the situation of the entire villa and asked Su Guanyu to arrange some people to hide in various locations of the villa. These locations, to a certain extent, can well capture part of the situation of the entire villa. Adding them together, the entire area of the villa can be locked. In this way, after Hu Jiaqi and others enter the villa, they will be exposed to the visual surveillance range. If Hu Jiaqi and others are going to prepare for a gunfight, then they can also have a certain say. At least, they will not wait for Hu Jiaqi and others to lead them by the nose. If there are not enough people, then make up for it with wisdom. Lin Fan's arrangement made Su Guanyu and others admire him very much. Are those people reliable? Lin Fan looked at Su Guanyu and asked. Reliable? They are all people who have been forging weapons with Mr. Wang before the outbreak of the doomsday, and they will never have any ulterior motives. Su Guanyu nodded. Well, reliable is fine, Lin Fan responded and wanted to hand over the guns to these people. If they are not reliable, if someone secretly puts a hidden gun behind the scenes, the situation will be quite troublesome. As he said, Lin Fan glanced at the 4 large backpacks prepared next to him and said, You 4 can also take 2 of the guns in here with you. After the voice fell, Lin Fan opened the backpack and first handed 2 pistols to Muranzu and Muran Shan respectively. He also kept 2 pistols for himself. Okay, take them all and divide them equally, and divide the bullets together, Lin Fan said. Su Guanyu nodded quickly, picked up his backpack and left. Time was very tight, and he had to move quickly. We have dealt with them before, aren't you afraid that they will turn against us? Muranzu looked at Su Guanyu's back as he left and said, I'm not worried about this person, but the other 3, especially the guy wearing a vest before, don't worry about it for now. Hearing Muranzu say this, Lin Fan shook his head slightly and said, Now we have a common enemy. Before resolving the current crisis, they won't be stupid enough to turn against us. That will also be of no benefit to them, and after the current crisis is over, they will know that they can't provoke me, otherwise their end will be even more miserable. Lin Fan didn't mean to flatter himself, but he was absolutely sure of it. Not only did he have to repel Hu Jiaqi and others in the next battle, but he also had to make Su Guanyu and others realize how powerful he is, and never dare to have even the slightest disloyalty to him again. A strange light flashed in Murongsu's beautiful eyes. She liked confident men, especially the confidence in Lin Fan, which made her like him even more. After Su Guanyu took the guns and bullets away, he distributed them to the people he arranged as quickly as possible. After doing this, he returned to Lin Fan again and said, It's all done, it's done. Next, we just need to wait here for Hu Jiaqi and others to arrive. Lin Fan smiled faintly. Su Guanyu nodded. He now began to admire Lin Fan. Although Lin Fan was much younger than him, Lin Fan's caution in doing things was not something he could compare to. If it were him, He would not be able to do it to Lin Fan's level. Moreover, he also heard some things about Lin Fan's team from Old Wang. This made him have to be surprised. He never thought that Lin Fan was only in his 20s, but he already had a team of thousands of people and could continue to produce bullets. If he had not retained a trace of reason, he would have wanted to apply to join Lin Fan's team immediately. After another 10 minutes, the sound of knocking finally stopped in the forging area. "Is the forging finished?" Murin Shan said first. "It should be," Su Guanyu nodded. As expected, the moment the two of them finished talking, they clearly saw that Old Man Wang walked out of the forging area. However, in Old Man Wang's hand, he was already holding a 2-meter-long halberd. The appearance of the halberd looked not much different from the Fangyan Huoji in the TV. Chapter 132. The 3-day period arrives. This halberd is pure silver in color. Under the sunlight, you can even see a glimmer of light. Especially the halberd blade in front, just by looking at it with the naked eye, it gives people a very sharp feeling, as if it can destroy anything. Old Wang walked out with a halberd, came to Lin Fan, and said, "This halberd should satisfy you." After the voice fell, Old Wang did not hesitate and handed the halberd to Lin Fan. Lin Fan's eyes flashed with a smile, and he also reached out to take the halberd. The moment he held it in his hand, he felt a sense of coldness. Of course, the weight of this halberd also surprised Lin Fan. According to his estimation, it is at least not less than 100 kilograms. In other words, if a weapon of this weight is in the hands of an ordinary person, it would be a bit difficult to even pick it up, let alone swing it casually to deal with zombies and enemies. Lin Fan held the halberd in his hand and swung it forward. It was as if a white light flashed, and a subtle sound of breaking through the air could be heard. A sharp roar also emanated from the halberd. "Brother Lin Fan, this halberd looks so handsome in your hand." Murin Shan stared at Lin Fan and couldn't help but praise him. Murin Zhu also felt that this halberd was very suitable for Lin Fan, making Lin Fan look like a god of war. "How do you feel?" Old Wang asked when he saw Lin Fan waving the halberd. A touch of satisfaction flashed across Lin Fan's eyes, and he nodded and said, "This halberd is exactly what I wanted in my mind. The weight is also suitable for me, and it is very convenient to use." Hearing Lin Fan's praise, Old Wang also showed a strong smile on his face and said, "In order to forge this halberd, I spent a lot of time these 2 days, and I even added a special material to the halberd." Special material? Lin Fan looked a little puzzled. He could indeed feel that the halberd was a little different from the long swords of Murin Zhu and Murin Shan, but he couldn't tell exactly what the difference was. "Yes, adding this special material will make the halberd harder and stronger," Old Wang said confidently. "I can say without hesitation that even if you shoot a bullet at this halberd, it won't leave any marks." "Old Wang, is it that powerful? Then let me try it with a gun," Murin Shan said excitedly. "You'll know after you try it," Old Wang nodded with a smile. Lin Fan also wanted to see if what Old Wang said was true. He held the halberd in his hand and said to Murin Shan, "I'll give you, little girl, a chance to shoot." Murin Shan chuckled, quickly took out her pistol, pointed the muzzle at the halberd blade, and without the slightest hesitation, her slender fingers immediately pulled the trigger. With a bang, a bullet flew out. Ling. The bullet hit the halberd blade, and a crisp and pleasant sound suddenly rang out. Then, the bullet fell to the ground and bounced a few times. Lin Fan and the others all looked at the place where the bullet hit. What surprised them was that there was only a little trace on the surface of the halberd blade. In fact, that little trace could not be seen at all if you didn't look carefully. "It's so hard." Su Guanyu swallowed his saliva and couldn't help but sigh. While sighing, he also felt a little jealous of Lin Fan in his heart. You know, he and Old Wang have known each other for such a long time, and Old Wang has never forged such a good weapon for him. And Lin Fan has only known Old Wang for a few days, and Old Wang is so good to Lin Fan. Of course, he also knows that this is because Lin Fan is strong and willing to help. "This halberd is too powerful," Murin Shan blinked and said, "Old Wang, if we use the long sword in our hands to fight this long halberd, is it possible that the long sword will be broken?" "It's entirely possible. After all, there is a difference in the forging materials," Old Wang replied. Hearing this answer, Murin Shan immediately gave up the idea of using the long sword to test a long halberd. She had waited for several days to finally get this long sword, and she didn't want it to be destroyed before she had used it much. "Old Wang!" At this moment, a shout came from behind. Everyone looked back and saw an evolver who stayed outside to guard the gate, running over in a hurry. "What's wrong?" Old Wang asked. Hujayaki brought people here and has surrounded the villa, the evolver said. Hearing this, Old Wang looked at Lin Fan. Lin Fan raised the corner of his mouth slightly and said, "Let them come. We have made sufficient preparations and are just waiting for them." Old Wang nodded and said, "Take them to Xingyian. Xingyian is a building in the villa, a place specially used to entertain guests." "Yes," the evolver responded, without any delay, turned around and ran towards the gate of the villa. "Let's go, we will also go to Xingyian," Lin Fan said. The group soon arrived in front of Xingyian. Hujayaki and others, led by the evolver, also came here. "The woman in black is Hujayaki," Su Guanai whispered beside Lin Fan. Lin Fan nodded imperceptibly, and his eyes fell on Hujayaki and looked at her again. After all, the last time he saw Hujayaki, it was at night, so he couldn't see her very clearly. It must be said that this woman also has the aura of a superior. It can be seen that the other party is a woman with courage, otherwise she would not be able to control such a large team. "The man next to her is Cheng Libei, whose strength is second only to her," Su Guanai whispered again. Lin Fan's sight quickly shifted to Cheng Libei and used the ring to read the data. Species, human level, level 2 strength, 9 speed, 8 reaction, 8 ability, none. After seeing Cheng Libei's data, Lin Fan thought to himself, in this period of time, there are 2 level 2 evolvers. If their team develops normally, they may have great achievements in the future. Now it has been more than a month since the outbreak of the Doomsday. There are already 2 level 2 evolvers in Hujayaki's team. On the other hand, his team has the fastest improvement in strength, but none of them has reached the level of level 2 evolvers. This comparison does show that Hujayaki's team is very strong. Of course, his team's advantages lie in other areas, such as having scientific research talent like Mu Guishan and Professor Zhou, who can produce bullets all the time. For example, he and Murong Shen are both acquiring superpowers. Once the superpowers are successfully acquired, their strength will increase by leaps and bounds. For another example, an evolver like Mr. Wang who has already acquired superpowers will be included in his team if nothing unexpected happens. These aspects are far from being comparable to Hujayaki's team. Chapter 133, Denunciation. After viewing Cheng Libei's data information, Lin Fan scanned some of the rest of the people. He found that among the people who came here now, there were a full 40 evolvers in Hujayaki's team. Although the absolute majority of the data is still at 4, it is enough to show that Hujayaki's team lineup is not simple. The 5 of them actually joined Hujayaki's team, Su Guanai said with some surprise. He saw the 5 evolvers who left the villa without providing help in Hujayaki's team. Maybe they were forced to join, Lin Fan said lightly. Forced to join, Su Guanai was slightly startled, and quickly reacted. Hujayaki was planning to force Mr. Wang to join, and it seemed that there was nothing impossible to force a few evolvers to join. "Miss Hu, I am sorry for not welcoming you from afar, I hope you will forgive me," Mr. Wang greeted politely, and the surface work still had to be done. "Mr. Wang, you don't have to be so polite," Hujayaki said straight to the point. "Mr. Wang, you should be very clear about my purpose. I wonder what you think about it, Ms. Hu. I have seriously considered your proposal. I am very grateful for your appreciation of me, but I am used to being alone, and I really don't have the idea of joining any faction," Mr. Wang replied, neither servile nor overbearing. Now that Lin Fan and others are on his side, Mr. Wang is undoubtedly more confident. This answer obviously made Hujayaki look unhappy. Her tone gradually became cold, and she said, "Mr. Wang, I value your forging skills very much. When you join my team, you can still use your forging skills well. I can even send people to find any materials you need for you. I give you 3 days to consider, not because I want to hear you reject me, otherwise, why would I give you 3 days? Hujayaki has a strong aura." She said this in a cold tone, and with that sharp look, Su Guanai and others felt a chill in their hearts. However, this did not have any effect on Lin Fan. Without waiting for Old Man Wang to speak, Lin Fan stepped forward, his eyes fell on Hujayaki, and said, "Miss Hu, I think Old Man Wang's meaning has been expressed very clearly. He does not want to join any forces. Why are you so aggressive? Isn't it better to let Old Man Wang forge weapons here in leisure?" The moment Lin Fan's voice fell, Wu Huoking said behind Cheng Libei, "Brother Cheng, this kid and the 2 women beside him were brought back from outside by Su Guanai, and the modified car also belongs to them. When they walked in from outside just now, They happened to pass by the place where the RV was parked. Cheng Libei naturally took a closer look at the RV, which was indeed as described by Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia. Such a modified car does not need to be afraid of any ordinary zombies. Cheng Libei's eyes were locked on Lin Fan, and he immediately found that Lin Fan's momentum was also quite strong. Moreover, this momentum was not weaker than Hu Jiaqi beside him. Hu Jiaqi's eyes met Lin Fan's, and she could hear Wu Huiqing's words clearly. The bad premonition she had before seemed to become even stronger when she looked at Lin Fan. "Who are you?" Hu Jiaqi asked. "My name is Lin Fan," Lin Fan smiled. "I remember you," Hu Jiaqi nodded and said. "You stand up to speak for Mr. Wang. Does that mean you can express your opinion on behalf of Mr. Wang?" "I think so," Lin Fan said slowly. "I personally think it would be more appropriate for Mr. Wang to stay here, although for Mr. Wang, he can use his forging skills anywhere, but if he joins your team, it will basically be impossible for us to find him to forge weapons, and if he stays here, he can really serve the public." In fact, the problem that Lin Fan mentioned was indeed considered by Mr. Wang. Mr. Wang likes to make friends. He forges weapons here, and those who know about it will come to him for forging, so that he can make more and more friends. But he joined Hu Jiaqi's team. With Hu Jiaqi's management style, he would not allow him to forge weapons for outsiders anymore. He would only let him forge for internal personnel. In a sense, this is equivalent to restricting his freedom in life. Even if Hu Jiaqi's team can allow him to search for forging materials, he does not want to sacrifice his freedom in exchange. Therefore, this is one of the reasons why he does not want to join any force, and it occupies a large dominant factor. Hearing Lin Fan's words, Old Wang felt that Lin Fan understood his thoughts very well, and his favor for Lin Fan increased again. Hu Jiaqi looked at Lin Fan, then at Old Wang, and said coldly, "These are not the issues I want to consider. Now, I just want to know a clear answer. Old Wang, will you join my team or not?" Her patience has been worn out. She came here with so many people today, and she can't go back empty-handed. Old Wang has to join, and he has to join if he doesn't want to. In short, there is only one purpose, to take Old Wang away. "Miss Hu, I'm sorry, I think I have made it clear enough. I really don't have any interest," Old Wang said. "Old Wang, don't refuse to drink the wine. We have given you enough time and opportunities. If you insist on making the wrong choice, don't blame us for taking tough measures," Cheng Libei said coldly. From the beginning, when Old Wang expressed his unwillingness to join the team, he advocated forcing Old Wang to take him away, but Hu Jiaqi had never allowed it. Otherwise, how could he wait until today? "Haha, so you plan to forcibly take Old Wang to your side and force him to forge weapons for you?" Lin Fan laughed sarcastically. "Boy, this is a matter between us and Old Wang. You are not qualified to intervene." Cheng Libei looked at Lin Fan with a murderous look in his eyes. Although he felt an extraordinary momentum from Lin Fan, it did not mean that he felt that Lin Fan was his opponent. He had absolute confidence in his own strength. "What if I want to intervene?" Lin Fan still had a mocking smile on his face. "Then you are looking for death?" Cheng Libei's tone was extremely cold. "Really?" Lin Fan took another step forward and said, "It's a pity that you can't kill me." Wow. As soon as these words came out, there was an uproar around. The people in Hu Jiaqi's team couldn't help but denounce Lin Fan. What a fool, he dared to challenge Brother Cheng, and he didn't even know how he died. "Brother Cheng, you don't have to do anything, I can take him down. I will also let him know what is high and what is deep." The voices of the crowd spread one after another. Chapter 134 Suppression. They had either experienced or witnessed how strong Cheng Libei was. In their eyes, Cheng Libei had never been defeated. Most importantly, they also did not think that Lin Fan, who looked young and immature, was Cheng Libei's opponent. At this time, many people wanted to perform well in front of Cheng Libei. However, Cheng Libei had learned from Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia that Lin Fan's strength was not simple. At least he was stronger than Su Guanyu. Ordinary evolvers were naturally not Lin Fan's opponents. "Brother Cheng, let us help you teach him a lesson." Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia looked at each other, and then looked at Cheng Libei together. Their individual strength was stronger than Su Guanyu, but Lin Fan was also stronger than Su Guanyu. In order to ensure that they would not lose face, they felt that it was the most reliable to join forces to deal with Lin Fan. If they lost in a single fight, it would be difficult for them to raise their heads in the future. Cheng Libei did not answer Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia immediately. but glanced at Hujayaki beside him. No matter what, Hujayaki is the leader of the team. In the face of such a problem involving a battle between the two sides, he must also obey Hujayaki's orders. Feeling the look in Cheng Libei's eyes, Hujayaki nodded slightly. She also wanted to see how strong Lin Fan was. Anyway, they have surrounded the entire villa today, and there is no need to worry about anyone being able to escape. There is plenty of time to slowly consume here. Go, don't hold back. With Hujayaki's permission, Cheng Libei retracted his gaze and looked at Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia. Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia nodded, no longer hesitated, and walked forward. Dare to disrespect Brother Cheng, that is an insult to us, come out. Let us see how strong you are to dare to say such arrogant words. A hideous smile flashed across Wu Huiqing's face. Na Yuanjia stretched out a finger and hooked it at Lin Fan. Lin Fan smiled faintly. He had used the ring to understand the data of Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia. Even if the two joined forces, they could not be his opponents. He handed the halberd in his hand to Muringzu and walked out. On the surface, the halberd did not look any different except that it looked big. Only when they really fought could they feel it. Lin Fan walked in front of Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia and said indifferently, letting you two lead the charge may seriously affect your morale. Looking for death, Wu Huiqing snorted coldly and rushed forward to attack with his fists. Seeing this, Na Yuanjia did not delay and quickly followed. The two of them attacked Lin Fan from the left and right. Everyone's eyes were focused on Lin Fan and the other two. Facing the attacks of Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia, Lin Fan remained calm. He waited until they got closer before he made any moves. He suddenly spread his hands and slapped Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia's arms at a faster speed. Pa! Pa! 2 slaps hit the arms accurately, and a clear and loud sound rang out immediately. Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia's faces changed. The burning pain on their arms made them quickly pull their hands back. They didn't expect Lin Fan to be so fast. They were at a disadvantage in the first face-to-face contact. However, this would not make them give up, but instead arouse their inner fighting spirit. In front of so many people, if the two of them were defeated by Lin Fan even though they joined forces, it would be a shame. Bang! Bang! After the two of them withdrew their hands, they immediately raised their feet to attack Lin Fan, but they were still quickly blocked by Lin Fan. His fists hit their legs respectively, and 2 dull sounds were heard. This kid reacts quickly. Seeing the changes in the battle situation on the field, Cheng Libei's eyes emerged with a solemn look. He could basically judge that Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia were not Lin Fan's opponents. There was no way. Lin Fan's reaction was much faster than Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia. The two of them were at a disadvantage from the beginning. If they wanted to reverse this situation, there would be no possibility unless Lin Fan himself committed suicide. Not only is his reaction fast, but more importantly, his attack angle is very tricky, and he can always find the best time. Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia are not his opponents at all. Hujayaki's beautiful eyes fell on Lin Fan, watching Lin Fan taking advantage of 1 against 2, and said, in other words, he has a lot of practical experience, so he can easily see the flaws in Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia's attack. In this regard, Hujayaki's vision is obviously more vicious than Cheng Libei, and he can see more accurately when looking at problems. Su Guanai looked at the battle between Lin Fan and Wu Huiqing, and couldn't help but sigh. It seems that Lin Fan was still holding back when he attacked me that day. Even when he was fighting alone, his strength was not as strong as Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia. Now, Lin Fan was still able to maintain his advantage against the combined forces of Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia. How could he not understand that Lin Fan had simply restrained his strength? Old Wang was also very satisfied with Lin Fan's performance. If it were him, he would not have dared to guarantee that he could gain such an advantage when fighting Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia alone. He did not expect that Lin Fan could do it easily. As the fight continued, Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia's faces became more and more ugly. Even at this moment, the two of them had not even touched Lin Fan's body. Every time they attacked, they were undoubtedly broken by Lin Fan and launched a counterattack against them. This kind of suppression made them helpless. Even if they tried their best, they could not cause any damage to Lin Fan. Bang! After the battle lasted for 5 minutes, Lin Fan saw an opportunity to suppress Wu Huiqing. Taking advantage of the moment when Wu Huiqing had no time to stop and resist, he rushed to Wu Huiqing and punched him suddenly. With a bang, the punch hit Wu Huiqing's chest. Wu Huiqing's face turned pale in an instant, and his body flew backwards like a kite with a broken string, flying about 10 meters before falling back to the ground. Hooking, Yuanjia's expression changed drastically when he saw Wu Huiking being knocked down, but he had no chance to help Wu Huiking up, so he could only continue to deal with Lin Fan in front of him. They were both suppressed by Lin Fan in a 2-on-1 situation. If he was still distracted at this time, it would definitely be a fatal operation. Bang! However, without Wu Huiking's assistance, Yuanjia was even less likely to be Lin Fan's opponent. Lin Fan slapped Yuanjia's fist away with a palm, and quickly raised his foot to kick, kicking Yuanjia hard in the abdomen. This kick directly kicked Yuanjia to the ground, and he rolled several times before stopping in embarrassment. Chapter 135 Hujiaki's Thoughts. The atmosphere in the field suddenly became quiet at this moment. All eyes were locked on Lin Fan. They didn't expect that Wu Huiking and Yuanjia would be defeated so quickly and so thoroughly. You know, although Wu Huiking and Yuanjia's strength is not the best in Hujiaki's team, there is absolutely no problem for them to be ranked in the top 5. However, such strength is still not enough in front of Lin Fan. Moreover, this is the case when Wu Huiking and Yuanjia work together. If they deal with Lin Fan alone, they may face the end of defeat in seconds. Ahem, Yuanjia stretched out his hand to cover his stomach, and his face flushed and he coughed. It can be seen that he is not feeling well at this time. The power of Lin Fan's kick is not so easy to bear. Of course, Wu Huiking is not much better than him. Lin Fan almost broke the bones in Wu Huiking's chest with a punch. You are so disgraceful. Get back here. Cheng Libei glanced at Wu Huiking and Yuanjia coldly and shouted angrily. The two of them were fighting on his behalf. He was not very proud of losing like this. It was like being slapped in the face by Lin Fan in public. Yes, Wu Huiking and Yuanjia didn't dare to complain. They nodded and answered in a hurry. They stood up from the ground in a mess and staggered back to the team. Cheng Libei stepped out, staring at Lin Fan closely. The anger in his eyes seemed to be about to burn. He was a face-conscious person. Lin Fan made him lose face, so he would get it back no matter what. Your strength is very good, but I will let you know what a strong person is, Cheng Libei said coldly. Just now, the two of them were almost as arrogant as you. I don't need to say more about the result. Anyway, you have witnessed it yourself. Lin Fan smiled faintly. He didn't take Cheng Libei's threatening words to heart at all. These words fell into the ears of Wu Huiking and Yuanjia, which undoubtedly rubbed salt into their wounds, making them want to find a hole to hide in. Cheng Libei clenched his palms into fists, and there was a clattering sound between the joints. I hope you still have the courage to say such words later. Cheng Libei was furious. At this time, Lin Fan seemed to have become a thorn in his eyes and a thorn in his flesh. It would be difficult to relieve his hatred without getting rid of Lin Fan. I can say such words at any time. If you don't agree, you can come and try. Lin Fan still kept a faint smile. The more he acted so calm, the more angry Cheng Libei became. Since he became an evolver, no one has been so arrogant in front of him. Under the trend of anger, Cheng Libei did not delay any more, and stomped his feet on the ground fiercely. His whole body rushed towards Lin Fan like a lion. After approaching Lin Fan's body, he leaped up and kicked Lin Fan. Whether it was speed or strength, Cheng Libei was much stronger than Wu Huiking and Yuanjia. If such a powerful kick hits an ordinary person, it can not only kill him on the spot, but also destroy all his internal organs. Lin Fan knows that Cheng Libei is very powerful. Although he seems calm on the surface, he will not be careless when facing Cheng Libei. Seeing Cheng Libei raising his foot to kick, Lin Fan quickly flashed to the side and perfectly avoided Cheng Libei's attack. Cheng Libei kicked in the air and was about to punch Lin Fan. However, the counter-attack launched by Lin Fan after avoiding was faster than him. Lin Fan thrust his elbow and hit Cheng Libei's head. Cheng Libei's expression was slightly condensed. He knew that Lin Fan's strength was not simple. He did not dare to let Lin Fan's elbow hit his head. He had to give up the idea of attacking and punch to resist Lin Fan's attack. Bang! The fist and elbow collided fiercely. As the dull sound spread, Lin Fan and Cheng Libei's bodies each retreated a distance to the back. In a battle between strong men, a small mistake could lead to complete loss, so they all maintained the highest state of vigilance. Lin Fan was not prepared to give Cheng Libei time to breathe, and launched an attack again. Bang! Bang! The two men fought fiercely, and dull sounds continued to be heard as they fought. This kind of fist-to-flesh fight made many people feel a little excited. This kid is really strong. He can even keep up with Brother Chang. Yes, there is no need to say much about Brother Chang's strength. I really didn't expect him to be so powerful, but I always believe that Brother Chang will win. It's just a matter of time, that's natural. No matter how tenacious he is, he can never be Brother Chang's opponent. In Hu Jiaqi's team, everyone looked back and forth at Lin Fan and Chang Libei, and discussed it in a flurry. Although they were extremely surprised by Lin Fan's performance, they weren't always full of confidence in Chang Libei, and believed that it was only a matter of time for Chang Libei to defeat Lin Fan. The eyes of these people were not as vicious as Hu Jiaqi. Hu Jiaqi watched the battle between Lin Fan and Chang Libei, but there was a hint of worry in his expression. This kind of worry can't be seen at all if you don't look closely. Because, in Hu Jiaqi's eyes, although Chang Libei's offensive is extremely fierce, every time he attacks, he is either avoided or blocked by Lin Fan. Moreover, every time Lin Fan avoids and blocks, he can launch a counterattack at lightning speed. When counterattacking Chang Libei will be unable to dodge and must face Lin Fan's attack head-on. Even if Chang Libei blocks Lin Fan's attack, to some extent, this is enough to show that Chang Libei is inferior to Lin Fan. In this situation, if there is no accident, then if it continues, it is only a matter of time before Chang Libei loses. At this moment, Hu Jiaqi really determined that the bad premonition she had before must be related to Lin Fan. Even though Lin Fan looked harmless, this premonition had become stronger and stronger because of him. If this person cannot be used for my own benefit, then I must get rid of him. Hu Jiaqi made a decision in her heart. She naturally wanted to recruit people with strong strength and great growth potential. For someone like Lin Fan, both of these points were fully met. If he could join her team, that would obviously be the best result. But if he could not join her team, then she must get rid of Lin Fan. After all, what happened today was equivalent to a feud with Lin Fan. If Lin Fan was not eliminated, if Lin Fan grew stronger in the future, he might get rid of them in return. So, if she could not get him, she must destroy him. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 136 Judgment. While Hu Jiaqi was thinking, Old Wang's eyes were fixed on Lin Fan. If he had some doubts about Lin Fan's strength before, then after seeing Lin Fan's performance, those doubts disappeared completely in an instant. Everything that Lin Fan showed at this time made him feel like he had opened his eyes. He didn't expect Lin Fan's strength to be so strong. He felt that there was nothing wrong with investing in Lin Fan. The long halberd forged for Lin Fan with special materials was worth his efforts. Brother Su, who do you think will win between the two of them? The man in the vest stood beside Su Guanyu, watching the fight between Lin Fan and Chang Libei. He swallowed his saliva and asked curiously. From his eyes, he could see that the battle between Lin Fan and Chang Libei was very fierce and exciting, but he couldn't tell who was better between Lin Fan and Chang Libei. Hearing him ask this question, the other two teammates also focused their eyes on Su Guanyu. Obviously, they were also full of curiosity about this question. Su Guanyu had a bitter smile on his face, and said helplessly, I can't tell who is stronger between them, but it is worth mentioning that Lin Fan's rhythm and attack seems to be better than Chang Libei's. If you look carefully, you should be able to find that every time Lin Fan attacks, Chang Libei can't dodge and must face Lin Fan's attack, but when Chang Libei attacks Lin Fan can find the right time to dodge. This is the subtle difference I can see at present, but I can't be sure whether Chang Libei doesn't want to dodge or can't dodge. Although Su Guanyu didn't reach the level of Hu Jiaqi, he watched it more carefully. At least, his analysis of Lin Fan and Chang Libei's attack and dodge is quite reliable. Brother Su, does that mean that if Chang Libei doesn't want to dodge but can't dodge, then it means that Chang Libei's strength is not as strong as Lin Fan, right? The man in the vest asked again. Yes, Su Guanyu nodded and said, if he can't dodge, at least from a certain perspective, Lin Fan's actual combat experience is far better than his, so he can block his retreat in the attack and not give him a chance to dodge. Hearing this, the man in the vest also nodded, then took a deep breath and sighed. Lin Fan's strength is indeed too strong. Fortunately, we didn't have any major conflicts with them before, otherwise we would have suffered at the Donghu copper factory. Haha, you kid have come to your senses now. If Brother Su hadn't made the right judgment at the time and suppressed your inner impulse, we would have been finished long ago, a teammate said. That's not the case, another teammate echoed. The man in the vest touched his face and smiled awkwardly. Didn't you have confidence in our strength at that time? Now I know that our strength is nothing in Lin Fan's eyes. He didn't kill us purely because he was kind. When the four of them were talking, Old Wang tilted his head and smiled faintly. I thank you too. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have met Lin Fan. In fact, what Old Wang wanted to express was that if he and Lin Fan didn't know each other, then the crisis he encountered today would definitely be a dead end for him. Although it is not certain that the crisis in front of him can be resolved, at least the current situation still looks very optimistic. What's more, everything is still under Lin Fan's control, and there are no accidents. Old Wang, you are polite. We met him when we went out, and he followed us here. It is also an opportunity. Su Guanyu took a breath and suddenly became curious. By the way, Old Wang, in your opinion, who do you think is stronger, Lin Fan or Cheng Libei? Not only the man in the vest and others want to know the answer, but he also wants to know. Old Wang was more piercing and experienced than him, and he felt that Old Wang would see things more clearly than he did. It's similar to what you just analyzed. At present, on the surface, they are evenly matched, but in reality, Lin Fan has the upper hand. Old Wang said slowly, if there is no accident, then in this battle, Lin Fan will win in the end. Su Guanyu answered what the man in the vest said, and Old Wang heard it clearly beside him, so there was no need to express it again. After getting Old Wang's answer, Su Guanyu and the other three breathed a sigh of relief. They were all on the same warship at this time, and no one wanted to see Lin Fan lose. Murinzu and Murinshan had been watching the battle very attentively. Although they did not participate in the discussion, they could hear what Old Wang and others said. However, Murinzu had confidence in Lin Fan from beginning to end. Bang! Bang! The battle in the field was still unfolding fiercely. Every time Lin Fan and Cheng Libei fought, many people's moods would fluctuate. Fighting zombies on weekdays is already a very exciting behavior, but at this moment, they all feel that the battle in front of them is the real excitement, which is many times more exciting than fighting zombies. If this level of battle is placed before the outbreak of the Doomsday, they can only see it in martial arts TV dramas, but they didn't expect to have the honor to see it with their own eyes today. How can this kid have so much practical experience? It seems that he can always judge how I will attack. No. I can't delay it like this. I must let him fight me head-on. When the attack he launched was avoided by Lin Fan again, Cheng Libei's face gradually became a little ugly. Others only guessed who was stronger between him and Lin Fan, but only he knew best that Lin Fan's strength was indeed stronger than his. If he continued to delay like this, it would be even more useless for him. He couldn't let Lin Fan have the opportunity to avoid his attack. He must let Lin Fan face it head-on. Thinking of this, Cheng Libei quickly made a decision. He shouted in his heart, anger flashed in his eyes, and used his fists and feet to launch a violent attack on Lin Fan. In this way, even if Lin Fan can avoid some attacks, he can definitely not avoid all attacks. Cheng Libei has started the final attack, and the winner will be decided soon. After seeing Cheng Libei's new round of offensive, Old Man Wang said in a deep voice. Hearing this, Su Guanyu and others almost watched the battle with bated breath, fearing that they would miss any exciting scenes. Is this stinky guy unable to hold back? Then he will lie on the ground and beg for mercy soon, Murinshan suddenly said excitedly. Murinzu looked at Murinshan helplessly and said, watch carefully, learn more practical experience, and don't be distracted. Chapter 137 Libei lost. Su Guanyu launched a fierce attack on Lin Fan. He no longer held back like before. He attacked with one move after another, seemingly not giving Lin Fan any chance to ease up. In the eyes of ordinary people, this was Su Guanyu's full momentum. However, in fact, people with a sharp eye could see that this was Su Guanyu's last fight. Su Guanyu had completely understood that there was no benefit in stalling time with Lin Fan, and he had to adopt a tactic of quick victory. He launched a series of attacks just to force Lin Fan to confront him head-on, and not let Lin Fan avoid his attacks again and again. After all, every time Lin Fan avoided his attack, he could counter-attack him at a faster speed. This was really a bit too much for his consumption. If the situation did not change, he knew that he would definitely lose if it continued like this. With Lin Fan's experience and 2 lives, Su Guanyu's thoughts were obvious. The more Su Guanyu wanted to make a quick decision, the more he was dissatisfied with the other party's ideas. Although under the opponent's fierce offensive, some attacks could not be avoided. However, those attacks that could not be avoided were well resisted by him. After attacking for dozens of times in a row, Lin Fan still did not confront him head-on. Su Guanayu's face became extremely gloomy, and he roared angrily, "Boy! Is all you can do is hide?" Such a fierce attack consumed a lot of Su Guanayu's physical strength. How could he not be angry when Lin Fan did not deal with it head-on? "I can hide, but can you?" A mocking smile appeared on Lin Fan's face. "Asshole!" Hearing Lin Fan say this, Cheng Libei's face turned pale. Lin Fan smiled in his heart. He was deliberately angering Cheng Libei. When a person is extremely angry, he will always lose some reason. Even if Cheng Libei's next attack will become more fierce, Cheng Libei will not be able to hold on for long under such a high-intensity attack, and he will reveal more flaws. Bang! 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 Cheng Libei attacked Lin Fan frantically, and his palms, fists, knees, soles of feet and other parts all became his means of attack. However, these did not seem to have much effect on Lin Fan. Even if there were occasional attacks on Lin Fan, they could not cause much damage to him. In any case, Lin Fan now had defensive attributes, and he had unloaded some of his strength in the process of resisting. The remaining strength attacked him, which was not an exaggeration to describe as insignificant. The winner is about to be decided. After a moment, Old Wang's eyes condensed and made a judgment. This sentence made Su Guanayu and others extremely excited, and they looked at the field without blinking. Not long after Old Wang's voice fell, the scene in the field suddenly changed. Cheng Libei's fierce attack on Lin Fan fell into disadvantage in the blink of an eye. After Lin Fan avoided Cheng Libei's fist attack, he saw the opportunity to appear, stretched out his hand and quickly grabbed Cheng Libei's arm. Lin Fan did not give Cheng Libei a chance to withdraw his hand, but pulled forward. Cheng Libei's face changed, and his body could not control his body and rushed forward. Bang! At this time, Lin Fan clenched his other fist and punched out, hitting Cheng Libei's waist hard. Cheng Libei's face showed pain. The power of Lin Fan's punch can be said to be a full burst. He has no defense data. It is completely normal to resist it with normal physical fitness. So naturally there will be very strong pain. This is not over yet. Lin Fan still grabbed Cheng Libei's arm and pulled it towards him again. Cheng Libei's body moved closer. Bang! Lin Fan bent his knees and hit Cheng Libei's stomach hard. Then, he let go of Cheng Libei's arm and punched Cheng Libei's right face. This punch directly knocked Cheng Libei sideways and flew 7 or 8 meters before falling back to the ground. At this time, Cheng Libei's mouth was full of blood, and the whole person looked a little depressed. Especially the slightly twitching muscles on his face showed how much pain he was suffering. Wu Huqing, Yuanjia and others were shocked and a little unbelievable when they saw Cheng Libei defeated. In their eyes, Cheng Libei has always been an invincible person. They didn't expect that he would be defeated by Lin Fan today. The rest of the people were even more shocked. They all felt like they were slapped in the face. After all, they were just shouting about how arrogant Lin Fan was and how he was looking for death. A short while later, Wu Huqing, Yuanjia and Cheng Libei on their side were all defeated by Lin Fan. Especially those who shouted slogans that they could deal with Lin Fan, they were so ashamed at that moment that their faces were burning. Fortunately, they didn't stand up to challenge Lin Fan just now, otherwise, Lin Fan could knock them to the ground with one move, and they would be so embarrassed that they would be embarrassed. Brother Cheng, after Wu Huqing and Yuanjia recovered from their shock, they wanted to go forward to help Cheng Libei up. Cheng Libei raised his hand to stop them, then reached out and wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth, and stood up from the ground with pain. After he stood up straight, he did not turn around and walk back to the team, but continued to stare at Lin Fan and said coldly, "I was careless just now, come again." Careless? Lin Fan shook his head and smiled, and said with disdain in his tone, "You are quite good at making excuses for yourself. Go back, you are not my opponent, come again." It will still be you lying on the ground. As soon as this word spread, Cheng Libei's face almost turned black. Sister, brother Lin Fan is too good at talking, without a single dirty word, but it can be more effective than dirty words. Haha, you see that guy's probably about to be pissed off by brother Lin Fan. Shan looked at Cheng Libei's extremely ugly face and chuckled. Zhu could also feel Cheng Libei's anger. It must be said that Lin Fan's words really hurt her heart. Come back. Just when Cheng Libei was about to say something, Hu Jiaqi's voice spread from the back. Cheng Libei looked back, his eyes slightly condensed, and said, Jayaki, you are indeed not his opponent, Jayaki said lightly. A real man can bend and stretch. A failure is not a permanent failure. There is no need to show off your strength now, Jayaki spoke very directly. It seemed that she did not save face for Cheng Libei, but in fact, she still saved some face for Cheng Libei. At least, she was encouraging Cheng Libei not to be discouraged by this failure, but to be able to bend and stretch and see the situation clearly. Cheng Libei took a deep breath, nodded slightly, looked at Lin Fan again, and then turned and walked back to Jayaki. You are indeed very strong, but don't forget that in this world, problems can't only be solved by force. Jayaki locked his eyes with Lin Fan and said lightly. Chapter 138 Heartbreak. If we don't rely on force to solve the problem, what else can we rely on to solve the problem? Lin Fan looked puzzled. Jayaki raised her hand, and in an instant, many people in her team took out guns from their bodies and pointed the black muzzles at Lin Fan and others. Although you are an evolver and your speed is not slow, I think it will be difficult for you to have a chance to dodge with so many bullets locked on you, right? Jayaki said slowly. Even though Wu Huaking, Na Yuanjia and Cheng Libei were defeated by Lin Fan in succession, she still had a sense of mastering the overall situation, as if the entire battlefield was under her thoughts. If she could force Old Wang to join the team with her own strength, Jayaki would not have planned to use guns. But now that Lin Fan is a variable, some changes must be made in the method. She must make Lin Fan realize that in the face of absolutely powerful power, everything is nothing. Haha, Miss Hu, the strength of your team is really good. Lin Fan took a look at the guns in the hands of those people. As Old Wang had guessed before, the number of guns in Jayaki's team was not large. He paused for a moment and said, It's a pity that you are not the only ones who have guns. We have them too. After he finished speaking, Lin Fan gave Su Guanyu a look. Seeing this, Su Guanyu clapped his hands, and several rounds of applause spread out in succession. After hearing the applause, those who had been arranged to hide in the dark stood up one by one, holding guns in their hands, and pointed their guns at Jayaki and others. This scene was naturally seen by Jayaki and others. How can they have so many guns? Impossible. This is absolutely impossible. We have searched all the places in the county where there might be guns. Where did they get the guns from? Maybe it's a cover. I guess there's not even any bullets in their guns. The people in Jayaki's team started to discuss again. They have always controlled this county, and all places in the county have been searched thoroughly by them, without leaving any area behind. In other words, all the guns in the county were collected by them. According to their understanding, Mr. Wang and the people in his hands did not go out to search for other things. They stayed here and waited for others to bring materials to forge weapons. In this way, it is reasonable for them to suspect that there are no bullets in those guns. After all, there is still a chance of picking up an empty gun. You said there are no bullets in our guns. Su Guanyu was almost amused. He shouted, Xiao Wang, fire a few shots to let them feel it. Bang! As soon as Su Guanyu's shot spread, several gunshots rang out. How can it look like there are no bullets when shooting so decisively? Lin Fan looked at Jayaki, smiled lightly, and said, Maybe I should tell you a fact. We should have more bullets than you. If you don't believe it, you can try to see whether you have more bullets or we have more bullets. When Lin Fan saw the number of guns in Jayaki's team, he had a clear judgment. The reason why they could have so many bullets was mainly because the secret base had a sufficient reserve of bullets, and they were loaded with 2 large backpacks when they came out. There are thousands of bullets in 2 backpacks that big. Jayaki and others don't have a secret base to provide them with bullets. The number of bullets in their hands is estimated to be about 1,000 at best. This is not comparable to them. Did you bring them all these guns and bullets? Jayaki didn't expect to encounter such a situation, but as the leader of the team, she naturally couldn't be scared, so she calmed down and asked. She believed that Wang Lao and others couldn't have so many guns, so the spearhead must fall on Lin Fan. Yes, Lin Fan smiled and nodded. Before, I thought I wouldn't be able to use these, and I'm grateful for your appearance, so they came in handy. Then do you think that these can scare us away? Jayaki's eyes showed a cold color. Today she brought so many people here, and she must take Wang Lao away. No matter how capable Lin Fan, the variable, is, this matter must have a result. I didn't think I was going to scare you off with these. I just saw you were using them to scare us, so I'll use them to show my support. That's fair to everyone, Lin Fan said with a faint smile. You have to know that you don't have any advantage in numbers. If we start a war, It's very likely that you will be wiped out, Hu Jiaqi said coldly. What you mean by this is that you want to lose both of us? Lin Fan glanced at the crowd and said, so your large numbers are used for sacrifice. That's really a bit sad. However, if you insist on exchanging lives, we can also accompany you. We are waiting for you here, but we are not afraid of these threats. These words are a big attack on people's hearts. People join the team in order to have a safer place. If their leaders don't care about their lives and want to use them to exchange lives with others, then what is the point of them joining the team? So, when Lin Fan finished speaking, many people's faces became a little solemn. Hu Jiaqi couldn't help but clench her jade hands. She didn't expect Lin Fan to be so heartbreaking. Just a few words affected too many emotions in her team. She knew very well that she would not be able to give the order for a gunfight between the two sides next time. Otherwise, the people on her side would feel dissatisfied and think that she did not care about their life or death. But Old Wang was determined to win and would not return empty-handed. I will protect my people, and naturally I will not let them exchange their lives with you. Hu Jiaqi first spoke to stabilize people's hearts, and then said again, however, you have to understand one thing, you have been surrounded here. Even if you have stored a lot of food resources, they will eventually run out. When you have eaten up the resources, do you think you will starve to death in there? Lin Fan wanted to play a heartbreaking game, so Hu Jiaqi naturally had to respond with the same means. That's not something you should worry about. The supplies stored here are enough for us to eat for at least a year. If you are willing to surround us for a year, we don't mind. At this point, Lin Fan glanced at Old Man Wang and said, Old Man Wang, am I right? You seem to have told me that the supplies are enough to eat for more than a year. Old Man Wang nodded calmly and said, if I remember correctly, the building over there is full of supplies. A year is a conservative estimate. Maybe it will be enough for 2 years. Chapter 139 Battle against Hu Jiaqi. In fact, when Mr. Wang moved to this villa from his previous place, he also considered that the area here was wide and it was easy to store supplies. Although Lin Fan did not ask Mr. Wang specifically how many resources were stored in the villa, what Mr. Wang said was not a lie. The things that were originally placed in the building over there had long been emptied and thrown away, and now it was all filled with supplies. If they were the only ones eating, there would be no big problem for them to eat for a year or two. Hu Jiaqi looked a little unhappy. It seemed that everything had gone beyond her expectations. After a quick thought in her mind, she said, no matter how long the supplies you have stored here can last, as long as you are trapped here, your development will be greatly restricted, and you will not be able to support it sooner or later. I see that you are quite strong, so I can give you a chance to join my team and grow together. It is possible that you will have a place in the Doomsday world in the future. If the hard way doesn't work, then try the soft way. Hu Jiaqi wanted to see where Lin Fan's bottom line was. Hearing what Hu Jiaqi said, Cheng Libei's mood was immediately greatly affected. What he was most worried about was that his position would be threatened. Now Lin Fan has a stronger hand than him. If Lin Fan joins the team, then according to Hu Jiaqi's rule of arranging positions according to strength, Lin Fan's position will be higher than his, and he will have to obey Lin Fan. This is something he is very resistant to in his heart. I'm sorry, Mr. Wang and I have the same idea and don't want to join any faction. Lin Fan shook his head and rejected Hu Jiaqi's invitation. At this time, he naturally couldn't say that the team behind him was stronger. In that case, Hu Jiaqi might really fight to the death today, which is not the situation he wants to see. When he noticed that Hu Jiaqi's expression was changing faster, Lin Fan seized the opportunity and said again, besides, Miss Hu, I have always admired people with real strength. The faction that allows me to join must have someone stronger than me. Do you mean that my strength is not as strong as yours? Hu Jiaqi's beautiful eyes flashed. I'm afraid we can only know this after a real competition. Lin Fan smiled lightly and said, why don't we make a bet? What? Hu Jiaqi suddenly became curious. If you can beat me, then Old Man Wang and I will both join your team voluntarily. If you can't beat me, then please take your people and leave here. How about that? Lin Fan made the bet. Sister Qi. Don't be fooled by this kid. I always feel like he's cheating. Wu Huiqing couldn't help but remind her. Jiaqi, you can't trust what this kid says. Cheng Libei also spoke at this time. Hu Jiaqi ignored what Wu Huiqing and Cheng Libei said. She looked at Lin Fan, then at Old Man Wang, and said, Old Man Wang, do you agree with what he said? I agree. Old Man Wang nodded without hesitation. I have no objection to Lin Fan's bet. As long as Miss Hu can beat him, I am willing to join your team. I won't frown no matter how many weapons you ask me to forge. This was the last step in Lin Fan's plan. How could Old Man Wang not cooperate with Lin Fan's bet? Miss Hu, I believe you are a man of your word. As long as you dare to bet, we don't have to continue to be deadlocked here. This will be good for everyone, Lin Fan continued to incite. After all, you have been sending people to surround and guard here. For you, it is also a loss of human resources, which will affect the speed of your team's development and growth. I and Mr. Wang keep our word. If you win, we will join your team. If I win, you will retreat and leave here. Everyone will not interfere with each other and will not hurt each other. Hujiaki quickly weighed the pros and cons. It does require a lot of human resources to arrange people to surround here. Although from a certain point of view, it is to restrict Mr. Wang and Lin Fan and others to this place, but the intangible losses caused to them will be greater. Okay, I'll bet with you, Hujiaki nodded and finally agreed. She has absolute confidence in her strength. Even if Lin Fan defeated Cheng Libei himself is not her opponent. In the previous battle between Lin Fan and Cheng Libei, she made a complete assessment of Lin Fan's strength and she did not think Lin Fan was her opponent. What's more, Lin Fan has fought 2 consecutive battles, and his physical strength is also consumed. At this time, she and Lin Fan are fighting. Apart from other things, she has a certain advantage in terms of physical strength. Jiaki, Cheng Libei wanted to say something when he heard Hujiaki agreed to the bet. Before Cheng Libei finished speaking, Hujiaki interrupted and said, I have made a decision. No need to say more. Hearing this, Cheng Libei could only frown secretly. He always felt that this was Lin Fan's plan, but Hujiaki was the leader of the team. He could not change what Hujiaki decided. Ms. Hu is really a straightforward person. Seeing Hujiaki being fooled, Lin Fan smiled slightly in his heart, and said normally on the surface, this time, we will not restrict the use of cold weapons. Miss Hu, do you have any objection? No objection, I will make you lose convincingly, Hujiaki replied. As she said that, she stretched out her hand and waved to the back. A girl in sportswear immediately came to her with a long sword and handed it to her. This long sword was forged by Old Wang. Of course, when Old Wang forged it for her, he did not add any special materials, which was equivalent to the long swords in the hands of Murinzu and Murinshan. Holding the long sword, Hujiaki walked towards Lin Fan without any delay. Lin Fan looked back at Murinzu, who nodded slightly, threw the long halberd at Lin Fan, and it flew through the air and fell in front of Lin Fan, and was caught steadily by him. I admire all capable people. I will let you know that following my team will develop faster and better. Hujiaki looked at Lin Fan and said confidently. Then let's wait and see. At least, let me see how strong you are first. Lin Fan smiled. Do it. Hujiaki's beautiful eyes condensed. Facing a strong opponent like Hujiaki, Lin Fan would not be polite at all. He took a step forward, and his whole body rushed out quickly. He swung the halberd tightly in his hand, drew a semicircle on the side of his body, and slashed at Hujiaki fiercely. Hujiaki would not take Lin Fan's attack lightly. After all, Lin Fan was more powerful than Cheng Libei. If he was careless, he might capsize in the ditch. Therefore, when he saw the halberd slashing towards him, Hujiaki held the long sword tightly in his jade hand, moved his feet, and the sword flashed, and he swung the sword to meet it. Chapter 140, Pretty Amazing. Ling. The collision between the halberd and the long sword suddenly made an extremely crisp sound, and sparks even flashed at the place of collision. Then, a trembling buzzing sound came from the sword. Hujiaki's pretty face changed slightly. What she didn't expect was that the halberd in Lin Fan's hand was so powerful. It was not that Lin Fan's strength was greater than hers, but it was purely the power she felt from the halberd. Hujiaki stepped back, staring at the halberd with her beautiful eyes, and said, Your weapon is a little different. Wasn't it forged for you by Old Wang? When she said this, she also glanced at Old Wang. I don't need to answer your question. Anyway, this is a cold weapon. I didn't violate the rules of the competition. Lin Fan smiled faintly. Yes, you did not violate the rules of the competition. Hujiaki's eyes flashed with confidence, and she said, although your weapon is very powerful, I will still tell you that these things are not very meaningful in the face of absolute strength. Really? Then I will learn a lot. Lin Fan smiled again, and then without further delay, holding the halberd in his hand, he rushed forward in one step, and swung the halberd with an extremely powerful posture. After the collision just now, Hujayaki could already judge that the halberd in Lin Fan's hand was forged better. It would definitely not be a wise decision to use a long sword and a halberd to collide head-on. So, when the halberd chopped down at her, she did not go to meet it head-on, but touched the ground with her toes and retreated to the side. Bang! After Hujayaki dodged, the halberd fell to the ground and immediately split a crack in the ground. Lin Fan pulled out the halberd, and Hujayaki took a closer look. She found that there was no trace left on the halberd blade. The ground was chopped so hard that a crack appeared on the ground, but there was no trace of the halberd blade. This is enough to show how sharp the halberd is. Hujayaki felt that Lin Fan was indeed very cunning. No wonder he asked for cold weapons in the competition. It turned out that he had planned it long ago. However, no matter how Lin Fan planned, she believed that her strength could defeat Lin Fan. Even if Lin Fan had such a powerful weapon, it would not change the result today. Avoiding the attack of the halberd, Hujayaki flexibly flashed, approached Lin Fan's body, and stabbed with his sword. Under the sun, there was a flash of sword light. Lin Fan knew that Hujayaki was more powerful than Cheng Libei, and he was always on high alert to pay attention to Hujayaki's every move. When Hujayaki approached, Lin Fan's eyes condensed, and he retracted the halberd and blocked it horizontally in front of his body. Ling. The longsword in Hujayaki's hand chopped on the horizontal bar of the halberd. As the crisp sound spread, Lin Fan quickly raised his foot and kicked out. This made Hujayaki have a new understanding of him. In this situation, most people would not be able to react so quickly to launch a counterattack after blocking the attack. They would even use the halberd to completely force the sword back before considering counterattack. But when it came to Lin Fan, he raised his foot to launch an attack the moment he blocked it. This was purely an attack for defense. As long as she was forced back, the attack of the long sword would naturally be lifted. Faced with such a fast kick from Lin Fan, Hujayaki had no time to make other moves and could only retreat to avoid it. However, after avoiding it, Hujayaki quickly played her advantage in speed, and continued to approach Lin Fan with a flash, raising her hand and slapping out. Lin Fan held the halberd in one hand and retracted the other hand in front of him to block. Bang! Hujayaki's palm, as expected, slapped Lin Fan's forearm. Under this palm, Lin Fan's body retreated a few steps. Although there was a feeling of pain, it was not to the point of being unbearable. A trace of doubt appeared in Hujayaki's mind. She slapped Lin Fan's body, and for some reason, it gave her a very hard feeling. This feeling was like slapping on a piece of wood, not like slapping on the surface of the skin. She was very sure that there was nothing else hidden under Lin Fan's clothes, and it was definitely a real hit on the forearm. When Hujayaki's thoughts turned, Lin Fan held a long halberd in his hand, jumped, and chopped down fiercely with a strong posture. Hujayaki quickly gathered his mind and fought fiercely with Lin Fan again. The battle between the two of them was undoubtedly more eye-catching than the previous battle. Everyone's eyes were all on them. Brother Chang, why do I feel that Sister Qi has been trying to avoid a collision between weapons with that kid? Wu Huoqing stared at the field and suddenly asked with some doubts. His weapon is not simple. I think Jayaki should have discovered this problem and didn't collide with it, Cheng Libei explained. If you force a collision, it is very likely to damage the weapon. It must be specially forged for him by Old Wang, Wu Huoqing said. This old guy is so scheming. I didn't expect that he would keep a trick for us when forging weapons, Naiwanjia said angrily. Cheng Libei nodded silently and said, he provided so much help to Old Wang. If Old Wang doesn't repay him with all his strength, how could he stand up? However, we must have confidence in Jayaki's strength. He is definitely not Jayaki's opponent. Cheng Libei and Hujayaki have fought several times. He knows very well how strong Hujayaki is. Even if Lin Fan has better weapons, this gap cannot be made up. Wu Huoqing and Na Yuanjia also nodded confidently. Hujayaki is their leader, which is equivalent to their last spiritual support. If even Hujayaki loses, it is unimaginable how big a blow it will be to them. Sister, that woman seems to be quite powerful. Brother Lin Fan has used weapons, but she can still attack all the time, and Brother Lin Fan's attacks are avoided by her one after another. Muran Shan looked at the two people fighting in the field and said with her beautiful eyes without blinking. Although her strength was not that strong, she could still roughly judge the situation of the fight between Lin Fan and Hujayaki. Muranzu nodded and said, after all, the other party is the leader of such a large team. If he is not strong, how can he control such a team? Women all have a competitive mentality. Even if Miranzu does not want to admit that Hujayaki is powerful, the fact is the fact, and she has to admit it. At least, for now, she is not as strong as Hujayaki. Anyway, I believe that brother Lin Fan will definitely not lose. Miran-shan clenched her little fist, as if to cheer Lin Fan up. Well, Lin Fan will not do things that he is not sure of. He must be sure of doing this, Miranzu said with a faint smile. She has never lacked confidence in Lin Fan, except that she sometimes can't help but worry. Chapter 141 Destroying Weapons. Ling. The battle between Lin Fan and Hujayaki soon entered a white-hot stage. Although the data of Hujayaki and Cheng Libei were not much different, there was a big difference in the combat experience between Hujayaki and Cheng Libei. Lin Fan could clearly feel that Hujayaki's combat experience was at least one level higher than Cheng Libei. Otherwise, he would not have been unable to gain the upper hands until now. You know, the halberd forged by Wang Lai for him greatly increased his combat power. With this halberd in hand, Hujayaki was forced to not dare to use the long sword to fight hard. Of course, if Hujayaki didn't fight hard, Lin Fan would not let her do as she wished. In this battle, he must destroy Hujayaki's weapon first. Lin Fan swung the halberd across the air, and Hujayaki dodged again, and the halberd continued to chop the ground. That crack looked so eye-catching. Lin Fan had known that Hujayaki could dodge this attack, and he himself did not expect that this halberd would bring any harm to Hujayaki. The moment the halberd landed, his body had already rushed forward with the help of this force. Then, he held the halberd tightly in his palm, used the halberd as a support point, and kicked Hujayaki fiercely with his foot in the air. Hujayaki did not expect Lin Fan's attack to come so fast and so fiercely that she had no time to swing her sword to resist, and could only raise her other hand to slap it out. Bang! Hujayaki's palm slapped on Lin Fan's calf, and a sound suddenly spread. The force between the two sides was very strong. Hujayaki's body, under the recoil of this force, took a step back slightly. Lin Fan's body also retreated under the action of this force. However, while his body retreated, Lin Fan suddenly pulled the halberd out of the ground and chopped at Hujayaki with another halberd. Hujayaki's face couldn't help but change. Lin Fan's series of attacks made her feel overwhelmed. Although she didn't want to use the long sword in her hand to fight with Lin Fan, the attack of the long halberd was so fierce that she couldn't do it without the long halberd. Clang! Without any accident, the long halberd was swung down and hit the long sword fiercely. A sound that was crisper than any time before slowly spread, and even many people's ears felt a slight tingling sensation. This sound was really too sharp. Crack! However, before the crisp sound completely fell, a slight cracking sound was heard from the long sword. This cracking sound could not be heard if you didn't listen carefully. But soon, everyone clearly saw that cracks began to appear on the long sword in Hujayaki's hand. The cracks spread very quickly, and in a blink of an eye, they covered the entire sword. Crash! When the sword was covered with cracks, it finally couldn't bear the weight and broke completely. The fragments of the sword kept falling to the ground, making a series of rustling sounds. This Sister Key's weapon is broken. What material is the halberd in that kid's hand made of? It's too sharp, isn't it? No wonder that kid asked for a weapon. I think he had planned it all along. Yes, he has been planning it all along. While everyone was amazed at the broken sword, they also launched a verbal attack on Lin Fan. They all felt that Lin Fan was too insidious and cunning. Wu Huiqing immediately said, "Brother Chang, now all the weapons in Sister Key's hands are destroyed. We can't let Sister Key fight that guy anymore." Na Yuanjia followed up and said, "Yes, Brother Chang, that guy is too cunning. Who knows what tricks he will play next? I think we might as well fight them directly. Anyway, they can't beat us." After Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia's words fell into Cheng Libei's ears, Cheng Libei just frowned and pondered, "You know Jayaki's character. When has she changed her decision? If we disobey her orders now, we will bear her anger first." In fact, Cheng Libei didn't want to fight Lin Fan and others directly. He was humiliated by Lin Fan. If you ask who wants to see Lin Fan die the most at this time, he is undoubtedly on the list. However, he knows Hujayaki's character very well. Hujayaki has made a decision. They can give suggestions, but they must never violate it openly. If they violate it, it is equivalent to rebel against Hujayaki. Even his subordinates dared to resist, which boss would not have objections? Cheng Libei understood this principle very well. "Brother Chang, Are we just going to watch and do nothing now? Wu Huiqing said anxiously. Sister Qi's weapons are all destroyed. Na Yuanjia wanted to say something. Cheng Libei waved his hand to interrupt and said, needless to say, I believe Jia Qi knows what's going on. She is not very good at using weapons. Although the weapons are destroyed now, it does not mean that Lin Fan can win. You will know after watching. If Jia Qi is in danger, it will not be too late for us to disobey her orders at that time. Hearing what Cheng Libei said, Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia were slightly relieved. In the field, Hu Jiaqi looked at the sword fragments scattered on the ground, and then looked at the hilt in her hand. Suddenly, a smile appeared on her face, and she threw the hilt away. Then, she turned her gaze and fell on Lin Fan, saying, the weapon in your hand is indeed very powerful, and your reaction and combat experience are beyond my expectations. From a side point of view, Hu Jiaqi admired Lin Fan's reaction and combat experience more. In the situation just now, she had never guessed that Lin Fan would launch a series of attacks in such a short time. The key is that these attacks are all seamless. One attack has not yet been completely completed, and the next attack follows. It was because of this that she did not have time to dodge and was forced to face it head-on. Otherwise, the longsword in her hand would not be destroyed. Lin Fan stood steadily, holding the halberd in one hand and tilting it to the side of his body, looking at Hu Jiaqi, and said, thank you for the compliment, your strength is beyond my expectation. Now, your weapon has been destroyed. Do you still need to continue this competition? Of course. Hu Jiaqi clenched her jade hands and said, I am not best at weapons. If it is destroyed, it is destroyed. The next step is the real battle. This answer made Lin Fan feel a little helpless. He didn't really want to continue fighting with Hu Jiaqi. After all, he had already consumed a lot of physical strength before. But Hu Jiaqi wanted to continue fighting, and he couldn't refuse the challenge, which would be tantamount to admitting defeat. Okay, then let me see how strong your fighting power is when you don't have a weapon, Lin Fan said slowly with a faint smile on his face. Chapter 142, A Tie. Whoosh! Hu Jiaqi no longer hesitated, tapped the ground with his toes, and rushed out like a ghost. Lin Fan knew that Hu Jiaqi had a great advantage in speed. Facing Hu Jiaqi's active attack, he couldn't turn around and run away. With a wave of his hand, the long halberd slashed out with the force of breaking the army. Hu Jiaqi's beautiful eyes condensed, and he noticed the direction of the long halberd's attack. He quickly dodged it, took another step, rushed to Lin Fan, swung his fist, and smashed it fiercely. Lin Fan's other hand was already ready. When Hu Jiaqi's fist attacked, he changed his fist into a palm, stretched out his hand, and wrapped it towards Hu Jiaqi's fist. Snap! Lin Fan found the angle very accurately, and as expected, he caught Hu Jiaqi's fist. When the two collided, there was a snapping sound. However, Hu Jiaqi's punch was very powerful, and with the addition of the power of his body rushing forward, Lin Fan's palm could not block it all. Her fist pushed Lin Fan's palm back, and soon it was on Lin Fan's chest. The force burst out, and under the rebound effect, Lin Fan's body quickly retreated. Fortunately, Lin Fan still held the halberd when he retreated. When he retreated a few meters, he slashed the ground with the halberd, rubbing a few sparks, and then his whole body stopped under the resistance of the halberd. Tisk! The moment his body stabilized, Lin Fan raised the corner of his mouth, held the halberd in his hand, and launched a counterattack. At this time, Lin Fan really gave people a feeling of a god of war, attacking one after another without any delay in the middle. However, Hu Jiaqi's reaction was indeed very fast. She could find a good opportunity to dodge Lin Fan's attack, but it was difficult to find an opportunity to counterattack. After all, Lin Fan's attack speed was too fast. Mr. Wang, why do I feel that their strength is equal? They have been fighting for so long, and it seems that I can't tell who is at a disadvantage, right? Su Guanai looked at the constantly intertwined figures of Lin Fan and Hu Jiaqi in the field, and frowned slightly. It can't be said that they are evenly matched. Lin Fan destroyed Hu Jiaqi's weapon and consumed a lot of physical strength with Cheng Libei and the other two. Old Wang pondered and said, if you really want to judge, Lin Fan is actually a little bit at a disadvantage. Even if his attack is very fierce, his physical strength will be consumed much faster, and Hu Jiaqi has been avoiding Lin Fan's attacks, but he can't cause any harm to Lin Fan. Hearing this, Su Guanayu's face showed a trace of doubt, and he said, if Lin Fan is at a disadvantage, Doesn't it mean that Lin Fan is at risk of losing? Not necessarily. Lin Fan has a tendency to be at a disadvantage, but he is not at the point of losing at all, Old Wang said. Such an answer made Su Guanyu and others even more confused. Old Wang glanced at them and smiled faintly. What I mean is that it is very likely that they will end up in a tie. That is, Lin Fan cannot beat Hu Jiaqi, and Hu Jiaqi cannot beat Lin Fan. Tie? Su Guanyu's eyes widened. How do you calculate this? Have you forgotten? Lin Fan's previous bet said that we would join Hu Jiaqi's team only if Hu Jiaqi wins. A tie is not on the range of winning. Old Wang smiled again. Su Guanyu then reacted. Yes. Only if Hu Jiaqi wins will we lose the bet. Yes, that's the truth. Maybe Lin Fan planned to do so at the beginning. Old Wang nodded. Old Wang was indeed not wrong. Hu Jiaqi's various data were there. There was always a lot of gap between Lin Fan and Hu Jiaqi. Relying on weapons and combat experience could make up for some of the distance, but it was not enough for Lin Fan to defeat Hu Jiaqi. And if it was a tie, there would be no loss between the two sides, which was a happy result. Old Wang's guess was soon verified. As time went by, the fight between Lin Fan and Hu Jiaqi went from fierce to white-hot, and then from white-hot to dull. It's not that the two of them didn't want to defeat each other, but that they had consumed a lot of physical strength. By now, they didn't have much physical strength left, and both of them were covered with sweat. After another fight, Lin Fan and Hu Jiaqi each retreated several meters to the back. The two looked at each other in the air, and there was a fierce flash in their eyes. After staring at each other for 5 seconds, Lin Fan poked the halberd blade on the ground, smiled on his face, and said, "Let's not continue this competition, right? I can't completely defeat you, and you can't completely defeat me. Let's call it a draw, how about it?" Although Hu Jiaqi didn't want to admit what Lin Fan said, it was indeed a fact in front of her. She had just tried her best to defeat Lin Fan, but she still couldn't defeat him. Draw. Hu Jiaqi nodded slowly. Your strength is very good, beyond my expectation, Ms. Hu. I believe you are a person who keeps your promises. Since we have a draw, it means that you have not defeated me, and I and Mr. Wang do not need to join your forces. Lin Fan smiled lightly. But you also said that you have to defeat me before you and Mr. Wang do not need to join my forces, Hu Jiaqi emphasized. What do you mean? Lin Fan raised his eyebrows. 10 days, Hu Jiaqi stretched out a finger and said, after 10 days, we will have another competition. We must decide the winner. We will never give up until the winner is decided. Lin Fan did not immediately reply to Hu Jiaqi's question, but pretended to think for a while, and then slowly replied, I promise you, after 10 days, we will compete again. I can even say that if we still tie at that time, I will lose. Are you so confident? Hu Jiaqi's eyes flickered. If I don't even have the confidence to win, then I am really too bad, Lin Fan said in a deep voice. Okay, it's a deal. I'll come here again in 10 days. Hu Jiaqi looked at Lin Fan deeply, said something, and then turned and walked back to the team. Jiaqi, Cheng Libei opened his mouth to say something. Let's go. Go back first. Hu Jiaqi interrupted Cheng Libei's words and gave an order. Yes, Cheng Libei had to nod. Under the leadership of Hu Jiaqi, the group of people left the villa quickly. Of course, they did not ignore this place, but continued to arrange people to monitor around the villa. During these 10 days, they will still restrict Lin Fan and Mr. Wang and others from traveling, and keep this place under control, not giving anyone the opportunity to leave. Brother Lin Fan. You are awesome. In front of Xingyan, Murong Shan jumped in front of Lin Fan and gave him a thumbs up. Lin Fan, I rarely admire people in my life, and you are one of them, Su Guanyu also said. The man in the vest and others also expressed that they could not find any fault with Lin Fan's performance just now, which could be described as absolutely perfect. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 143 Convincing Elder Wang. Old Wang came forward, looked at Lin Fan with deep eyes, and said solemnly, Lin Fan, thank you. His thanks can be said to be from the bottom of his heart. Because, if it weren't for Lin Fan, he would definitely not have the opportunity to get rid of Hu Jiaqi's sanction today. Whether it is Hu Jiaqi's personal strength or the strength of the entire team, they are much stronger than his side. Without Lin Fan's advice and challenge to Hujayaki, he would probably have been forcibly taken away by Hujayaki and others. Old Wang, you're welcome. The weapon you forged for me is the best, thank you. Lin Fan smiled slightly and glanced at the long halberd in his hand. With this long halberd on his body, his strength has indeed increased a lot. By the way, brother Lin Fan, that woman said she would come here again in 10 days. Do we still have to wait for her here? Murin Shen asked. This question instantly pulled everyone's thoughts back. After all, when Hujayaki left, he made a 10-day appointment with Lin Fan. With Hujayaki's character, she will definitely come here again in 10 days to compete. Everyone's eyes converged on Lin Fan. Lin Fan shook his head and smiled, saying, there are many factors that can delay time this time, but it won't be so simple next time. If we wait here, there will definitely be a result in 10 days, moreover, by that time, even if I can defeat Hujayaki, the other party will forcefully take measures and will not give us any chances. Hujayaki will not make the same mistake twice, even before 10 days, she may wake up and realize that I am deliberately delaying time. This is the same as fighting a war. Psychological warfare is also a very important influence. Hujayaki will be affected by psychological factors at this time, and she will not force herself to attack regardless of her face, but when she reacts, she will no longer care about the problem of face. At that time, she will have only one goal, that is, to keep Lin Fan and Old Wang, no matter what means are used. Brother Lin Fan, do you mean we should leave here now? Murin Shan asked again. Don't be so anxious. It won't be too late to rest for a night, Lin Fan analyzed. Hujayaki needs some time to calm down after the setback today. What's more, if we leave here, we have to pack up some things. As he said that, Lin Fan looked at Old Wang and said, Old Wang, the current situation is very clear. It is absolutely unsafe for you to continue staying here. I don't want you to join my team, but to move to another safe place. At that time, you can still continue to forge weapons, but you don't have to face the threat of Hujayaki. Old Wang is a wise man. Long before the implementation of this plan, Lin Fan told him that the purpose of this plan was to delay time, not to kill Hujayaki and others in one fell swoop. If you want to kill Hujayaki and others, then there is no doubt that you will have to wait until later. Where should we move to? Asked Old Wang. If we leave here, Hujayaki's people will definitely search everywhere. The surrounding areas are full of insecurity. Lin Fan thought about it and said, Old Wang, my team is now on an island. The area of that island is quite large. I personally think that you can open up a place on the island to live first. It is difficult for Hujayaki's people to find that island, not to mention that even if they find it, they can't pose any threat to us. There are endless bullets on it. And they can't even get close. Lin Fan's ultimate goal is naturally to let Old Wang join his team, but he can't show it so obviously now, and he still has to take it step by step. At least, let Old Wang stay on the island first, so that the opportunities for communication between each other will be greatly increased, and there is no need to worry that Old Wang will join unwillingly. Old Wang didn't expect Lin Fan's suggestion to be like this, and he was a little embarrassed for a while. Mr. Wang, please don't get me wrong. I'm not asking you to join my team by letting you stay on that island. I just think it's safer there, and you can forge weapons with peace of mind, Lin Fan emphasized. Moreover, you and I can form a cooperative relationship. My team needs a lot of forged weapons, so we can find enough materials and let you forge weapons. You can still collect your rewards according to your rules. There will be no conflict between the two. All the people you bring over will be under your management as before. We will not interfere with each other and live in peace on the island. Lin Fan knew very well that he must not use force to deal with Mr. Wang's personality. It would be best to choose a method like saving the country by taking a roundabout way. As expected, after hearing his emphasis, Mr. Wang nodded and said, That's troublesome. I do hope you will forgive me for disturbing you, Mr. Wang, you are too polite. It will be convenient for our people to find you to forge weapons when you go to that island. At least they don't have to wait outside. Lin Fan smiled slightly. Old Wang nodded again and said, However, the island was discovered by you, and it belongs to your territory. We will settle down there, and we still have to pay the rent. I will forge 20 weapons for you every month without any payment. Do you think it's okay? After listening to Lin Fan's description, Old Wang knew that the island was quite safe. He would feel bad if he didn't pay some rent to stay in such a safe place. But in the doomsday, money has no meaning and can only be exchanged for other things. For him, forging weapons as rent is obviously nothing more suitable. Okay, it's a happy decision, Lin Fan grinned. Su Guanyu and others also had smiles on their faces. They all followed Old Wang. Old Wang also moved to a safe place, which was of great benefit to them. What's more, after getting to know Lin Fan, they admired Lin Fan more and more. In the future, if everyone stays on an island and visits each other more, it may be a good way to enhance their relationship. Brother Su, I have a question, the man in the vest suddenly spoke. What? Su Guanyu tilted his head to look at the man in the vest. When Hujayaki's people leave this time, they shouldn't all withdraw. I think they will still arrange people to guard outside. If we want to go out, we will definitely alert them. How can we leave then? The man in the vest expressed his doubts. Yet, it seems that we have overlooked this problem just now. Su Guanyu's face condensed and he said with some concern. Chapter 144 Express your opinion. During the 3-day appointment, Hujayaki had arranged people to monitor the villa, not to mention the 10-day appointment this time. Hujayaki would not let them have the possibility to leave. It must be said that the question raised by the man in the vest at this time is very worthy of deep thought. The people they left here to guard can't stop us. Lin Fan glanced at everyone and said slowly, if we wanted to leave before, it's not that we couldn't leave, but at that time, if I asked you to leave here, you probably wouldn't listen to me. Hearing this, an embarrassed look appeared on Old Wang's face, and he did not refute what Lin Fan said. Because what Lin Fan said was indeed the truth. He only met Lin Fan 3 days ago, and he didn't know Lin Fan's strength in detail, nor did he know whether Lin Fan was sincere in helping him. In that case, if Lin Fan asked him to give up the villa and go somewhere else, as long as he was not a fool, he would not agree to it. Lin Fan, do you mean that we can force our way out? Su Guanyu asked. Yes, there are definitely more people here than the ones they left behind to guard. If we force our way out, they can at most go and tip us off, but they will definitely not be able to stop us. Lin Fan clenched the halberd and said, we will choose to leave at night then. After they react, they will go to the villa area to report. It takes a lot of time for the people in the villa area to gather together at night. By the time they catch up, we will have already left this place, and they will not be able to catch up with us. You have to believe that with my RV leading the way in front, we don't need to worry about zombies blocking the road. Hearing this, Su Guanyu nodded and said, that's right. You don't have to be afraid of those zombies in your RV. You can carve a bloody path by rushing all the way. Su Guanyu and others had never had the slightest doubt about the combat effectiveness of the RV since they saw it on the first day. So, what we need to do now is to pack up, especially the equipment that you need to forge weapons, Elder Wang. Pack up everything that can be taken away. Lin Fan looked at Elder Wang and said, in this way, when we arrive on the island, we can start forging weapons immediately. Well, I'll arrange for someone to pack it up right away. Elder Wang nodded seriously. Some forging equipment really needs to be taken away, otherwise it will take a long time to rebuild such equipment, and it is completely unnecessary to rebuild it. By the way, those supplies, Elder Wang glanced at the building where the supplies were stored and remembered the problem of supplies. No more. Lin Fan shook his head. No more? This answer surprised Elder Wang, Su Guanyu and others. Lin Fan, there are a lot of supplies in that building, enough for us to eat for a long time. Su Guanyu swallowed his saliva and reminded weakly. Don't worry, there will be no shortage of supplies on that island, and we won't let everyone go hungry. Lin Fan smiled faintly. However, right now we are trying to leave here and not be caught up by Hujayaki's people. If we take these supplies with us, it will inevitably slow down our speed of leaving. If we are caught up, we will all be in danger. Although the supplies are very good, you have to be alive to enjoy them. Just think of these supplies as temporarily kept by Hujayaki's people. Sooner or later, we will find a chance to take them back with interest. Lin Fan is right, Old Wang agreed. Our only goal now is to leave here alive. As long as we are alive, we will have the opportunity to continue collecting supplies. Lin Fan and Old Wang said so, and Su Guanyu naturally would not have any other opinions. Okay, everyone, go and do your own thing. Pack up what you need to pack, then have a good rest, make full preparations, and wait until midnight. We will leave here completely. Lin Fan pondered. Well, everyone nodded and made their own arrangements. On the other side, Hujayaki led a large team back to the villa area. Just as Lin Fan and the others predicted, Hujayaki did not leave the villa alone. but left twice as many people as before to monitor the surroundings of the villa. She felt vaguely that the person who entered the villa area that night was most likely Lin Fan. However, this was just her feeling, and there was no direct evidence. Therefore, in order to prevent this situation from happening again, she sent more people to watch. After returning to the villa area, Hu Jiaqi dismissed the others and brought Cheng Libei, Wu Huiqing, Na Yuanjia and some strong people in the team to the villa where she lived. Hu Jiaqi sat upright on the sofa, her beautiful eyes swept over Cheng Libei and others in front of her, and said, "I want to hear your thoughts on what happened today. If you have any opinions, you can say them now." Hearing this, Cheng Libei was the first to stand up and said, "Jiaqi, I always feel that we should not be so kind to them. With the strength of our team, as long as we force a move on them, they will definitely be taken down. Giving them 10 days now is equivalent to allowing the potential threat to develop for 10 more days." After Cheng Libei finished speaking, Wu Huiqing also said, "Yes, Sister Qi, that guy named Lin Fan is very insidious and cunning. We are more worried that other changes will occur in 10 days. Na Yuanjia said, "Sister Qi, I also think that we should not give them 10 days to develop. It would be better to rest for a night and take them down tomorrow. This will prevent future troubles." Then, the rest of the people also expressed their views and opinions at this time. Most people agree with Cheng Libei, Wu Huiqing and Na Yuanjia that they should not give Lin Fan and others 10 days, and they should take them down completely when Lin Fan and others have no other external aid. Only a small number of people think that Lin Fan and others are being monitored in the villa anyway, and they don't even have the opportunity to leave the villa. They are trapped in a jar like before, and it doesn't matter if they have 10 more days. After listening to everyone's opinions, Hu Jiaqi frowned slightly and said, "You are all people I trust. I will say whatever I want to say. In today's situation, Lin Fan is obviously killing his heart, and they have a lot of guns and ammunition in their hands. We can take them down by force, but we will inevitably suffer a lot of damage here. In addition, Lin Fan said that he would exchange his life. If I still make that decision, what will the rest of the people think? Do you think they will think that following me is just cannon fodder? If a team only has us left, how can the team grow and develop? If a team wants to grow and develop, it must be inseparable from the foundation of the crowd. You must remember this." Chapter 145 Leaving at Midnight. In fact, Hu Jiaqi is a leader with a long-term vision. She knows that the growth of the team in the doomsday is inseparable from people-oriented. If there are no people, the world will lose hope. Of course, she knows that with the strength of their team, they can forcibly take down Lin Fan and others. But she doesn't want to lose people's hearts and don't want to disappoint the people in the team. Even if she faces failure today, she only made a 10-day appointment with Lin Fan and abided by the result of the bet at the beginning. After hearing what Hu Jiaqi said, Cheng Libei and others finally understood. "Jiaqi, I can understand your decision. I'm just worried that they will play other tricks, so I want to take them down as soon as possible," Cheng Libei said. "They won't play any tricks," Hu Jiaqi said confidently. "Our people have been guarding around the villa. Even if there is a bird flying out of the villa, it can't escape our sight. If they dare to act rashly, they will ask for a blow." In Hu Jiaqi's mind, it is not difficult to kill Lin Fan and Wang Lao, but it is difficult to subdue Lin Fan and Wang Lao. The scene she wanted to see most was naturally that Lin Fan and Old Man Wang were willing to do things for her. After she finished speaking, without waiting for anyone to speak again, she waved her hand and said, "Okay, this matter ends here. Go back and do what you should do. 10 days later, we will go to the villa again." "Yes," everyone looked at each other and answered in unison, and then turned around and left the villa. Hu Jiaqi sat on the sofa, her beautiful eyes always looking in the direction of the villa. After resting for about 10 minutes, she got up and went upstairs. The fight with Lin Fan today was also very exhausting for her, and she also needed a good rest to adjust. Time passed quietly, and in a blink of an eye, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. Lin Fan and others quickly gathered together. "Old Man Wang, have you packed up your things?" Lin Fan looked at Old Man Wang and asked. "Everything is packed up." Old Man Wang nodded and pointed to a large truck not far away. This big truck was used by them to collect supplies. Fortunately, it has been parked in the villa. Otherwise, it would be inconvenient to put the equipment for forging weapons and other cars. My RV can accommodate 20 people. You should make good arrangements for the rest of you. Even if there are people in the cargo box of the big truck, it is no problem to arrange them in the cargo box, Lin Fan's eyes narrowed slightly and analyzed. It is best to reduce the number of vehicles to 3. If there are more, we will be more conspicuous during the departure process and it is easy to fall behind. The cargo box of the big truck is not full. You said that we don't need to bring those supplies, so we didn't put them in the cargo box. We just took some in our backpacks, Su Guanai replied. Anyway, there is no problem in the space in the cargo box for 10 to 20 people, Lin Fan finally reminded. Remember, don't shoot. The sound of gunfire is relatively wide, and it is easy to directly attract the attention of the villa area. We must let their people go there in person to notify them, so that we will have more time to leave. Don't worry, I have already told them that no one will shoot. Su Guanai nodded. Then distribute the evolvers now. In this way, if the opponent's people have a chance to climb onto the car, they will not be unable to cope with the battle, Lin Fan said. There must be many evolvers among the people left outside by Hujiaki to guard. And these evolvers may find a chance to climb onto the car. Especially the big truck. If there are no evolvers on it, it is likely to suffer unnecessary damage. I'll arrange it now. Su Guanai nodded again and turned to discuss with Lu Xianzong and other evolvers. Should I go to the big truck? Murengzu asked standing beside Lin Fan. No, Lin Fan shook his head and said, there are enough people here. As he said that, Lin Fan glanced at Mr. Wang in front of him and said, Mr. Wang, you will also be in the RV later, okay? Mr. Wang responded. Lin Fan also had selfish motives. Mr. Wang was their main target this time. The RV was safer than other cars. Letting Mr. Wang stay in the RV was naturally the most reliable. After a while, Su Guanai walked back to Lin Fan and said, everything has been arranged. Since everything has been arranged, let's get in the car. Lin Fan waved his hand and said, I will drive in front, another car will follow behind, and the big truck will follow at the end. As soon as the voice fell, everyone got into the car. Lin Fan sat in the driver's seat, started the car, stepped on the accelerator, and drove in front. Seeing this, an off-road vehicle and a big truck behind also started and followed closely behind the RV. The 3 cars drove quickly towards the gate of the villa. At this moment, outside the villa, although the people arranged by Hujiaki were guarding all around, it was already 3 o'clock in the middle of the night, and they did not expect Lin Fan and others to go out in the middle of the night. After all, this was the first night of the 10-day appointment, and they all thought that Lin Fan and others would have a good rest. Therefore, they also found a place to rest. It was very quiet in the middle of the night, and the sound of the car was relatively far. On the left side of the villa, an evolver woke up from his sleep, pricked up his ears to listen, and then reached out to wake up the person next to him. What are you doing? The person asked impatiently. Listen. Is there the sound of a car? It seems so. No. They are going to drive away from the villa. Get up. The evolver reacted suddenly, got out of the car quickly, and shouted loudly, don't fucking sleep, get up. Old Wang and the others are going to escape. As soon as the shout spread, it woke everyone up. They drove quickly towards the gate of the villa and just saw 3 cars driving out of the villa, with the RV leading the way, followed by an off-road vehicle and a large truck. What are you doing? Stop it. The evolver drove over first, locked his eyes on the RV, and reached out to stop it. Lin Fan raised a faint smile at the corner of his mouth, ignored the other party's words, and continued to drive forward. He drove such an RV, and he didn't worry that the other party would come to the front to block the road. Go back and inform Sister Key, the rest of you, follow me. We must not let them escape. The leader of the evolvers reacted quickly and gave orders and arrangements. Hujiaki arranged for them to stay here and watch. If Lin Fan, Old Wang and others escaped from under their noses, they would face severe punishments. So, the guards quickly split into 2 groups. One group went back to the villa area to inform Hujiaki and others. And the other group chased after Lin Fan and others. Chapter 146, Rage. The people who drove back to the villa area can be said to have increased their speed to the fastest level, shuttling through the highway at lightning speed without any delay. Entering the villa area, the driver still stepped on the accelerator to the bottom and drove straight to the villa halfway up the mountain. After parking the car outside the villa, the driver opened the door and hurried to knock on the door. Sister Key. Something big happened, he shouted while leaning on the chair, and his voice became louder and louder. Even when Hujiaki was resting, she remained alert. The shouting downstairs naturally woke her up from her sleep. The moment she woke up, she subconsciously thought that something had happened at the villa. Without any hesitation, she turned over, got up, put on her clothes, and went downstairs quickly. The door opened, and Hujayaki immediately asked, "What's going on, Sister Key?" "They drove out of the villa," the driver reported. Now, Hujayaki's eyes flashed with murderous intent. "Yes," the driver nodded and said, "3 cars, a motorhome, an off-road vehicle, and a large truck. They should all be inside. When I came back, Lao Yang and his team were trying to stop them, but that motorhome was very strong. They were the type that forced their way away. I guess Lao Yang and his team couldn't stop them." The Lao Yang he was talking about was the evolver who had just made the arrangements. "Go and notify Cheng Libei, Wu Huiqing, and Na Yuanjia together immediately," Hujayaki ordered, with an irrepressible anger in his tone. "Yes," the driver did not doubt him, and answered without wasting a second. He turned back to the car and drove to notify Cheng Libei and others. Hujayaki's jade hands could not help but clench, and there was a constant creaking sound between the joints. Angry. Anger like never before. She never thought that Lin Fan, Old Wing and others would play such a trick. The 10-day appointment had not even completely passed the first day, and they suddenly left in the middle of the night. This was completely beyond her expectations. She originally thought that Lin Fan would abide by the agreement and wait until the competition was over in 10 days. The driver went to inform Cheng Libei and others very quickly. In less than 5 minutes, Cheng Libei, Wu Huiqing, Na Yuanjia and other evolvers gathered. "Get in the car first," Hujayaki waved her jade hand, looked at the driver, and said, "Lead the way." "Yes," the driver answered again. Everyone got in the car, drove out of the villa area, and chased in the direction of the highway on the other side of the villa. Cheng Libei was driving the car that Hujayaki was in. Hujayaki sat in the co-pilot seat, and Wu Huiqing, Na Yuanjia and another evolver sat in the back seat. "That kid is so fucking cunning. He actually left in the middle of the night," Wu Huiqing cursed. "He is really an old fox. This time, we must let him know how powerful we are when we catch him," Na Yuanjia followed with a curse. The two of them didn't have the courage to complain that Hujayaki made a wrong decision, so they could only focus their firepower on Lin Fan. Cheng Libei stepped on the accelerator and said, "They are indeed very cunning. Before the first day is over, everyone thought they would take a good rest first, but they left overnight." Cheng Libei guessed that if Lin Fan and others took action, they should rest for a day or two first. How could they take action that night? However, the facts taught them a good lesson. After catching up with them, no matter whether they are dead or alive, they must be kept, Wu Huiqing said angrily. "Yes, this group of people is really hateful. Sister Key gave them a chance, but they didn't cherish it. They must be taught a painful lesson," Na Yuanjia said. After the two of them finished speaking, Hujayaki's cold voice slowly spread, "If they continue to escape later, they will be killed without mercy. It is better to leave all their lives than give them a chance to leave." "Yes," Cheng Libei and others nodded in response, and a touch of joy emerged in their hearts. Especially Cheng Libei, he wanted to see Lin Fan end up miserably. It would have been fine if Hujayaki hadn't given the order before, but now that Hujayaki had given the order, he would avenge his failure during the day no matter what. Lin Fan, Old Wing and others planned to leave really chilled Hujayaki. In her eyes, she gave Lin Fan and Old Wing a chance, but Lin Fan and Old Wing didn't know how to cherish it, so she couldn't be blamed for being cruel. On the road outside the villa, 3 cars were speeding in front, followed by several cars. There was no doubt that the cars behind were all people from Hujayaki's team. "Brother Yang, they are too fast. If they continue like this, we will lose them," next to Old Yang, an evolver in his 20s spoke. "Now we can only continue to follow like this. If we rush forward, our car will be forcibly hit by them, and then we will die." Old Yang frowned. They were all driving small cars, and there was no chance of winning if they collided with the RV. It would be a way to die if they collided with a big truck. The only off-road vehicle that they had a chance to hit was driving between the RV and the truck, so it was even more difficult for them to break through. Therefore, for them, the only option they could make at the moment was to follow behind. "It's a pity that we didn't bring guns. If we had, we could shoot and blow up their tires, so that they couldn't escape," the man said with some regret. "I never thought they would escape tonight," Old Yang frowned. If he knew the plan of Lin Fan and others to escape, he would certainly prepare a gun. In the RV, while driving, Lin Fan was also constantly observing the situation behind through the rearview mirror. Murinzu also looked at it and couldn't help saying, Although those people didn't catch up with us, they have been following us. We have to get rid of them, shoot and blow up their tires. Lin Fan thought about it and made a decision quickly. The speed of the RV can soar very fast, but the speed of the off-road vehicle and a truck can't keep up. The car chasing behind is not carrying any heavy objects. In this case, it is a more difficult thing to get rid of them by speed. Shoot? If the sound of the gunshot spreads, Murengzu said with some doubt. No doubt, she was worried that if the sound of the gunshot spread, it would tell Hujayaki and others their location more directly. We didn't shoot at the villa before because we didn't want Hujayaki and others to know the news directly. At this time, the people who went to inform the news must have arrived. Hujayaki and others must be chasing us. Lin Fan smiled faintly and said confidently, in this case, we don't need to worry about whether they know our location or not. As long as we get rid of these people behind us, we can just find a fork in the road to change the direction of travel. There is no way they can catch up with us. Chapter 147 missed a hit. Lin Fan's words made Murengzu react immediately, and she said, that's right. After we got rid of them, we quickly distanced ourselves from them. No matter how hard they chased us, they couldn't catch up. Yeah, Lin Fan nodded and said, I'll open the car door for you later. Can you hit the tires of their cars? I can try, Murengzu replied. She was a little unsure. This was not a simple shooting operation, but involved relative motion, and everyone was driving fast. In this case, it was not a simple matter to hit the tires of the cars behind. Okay, then you try first. Lin Fan nodded again and said, get ready, I'll open the car door right away. Okay, Murengzu didn't delay. She reached to her waist, took out a pistol, held it in her hand, and walked to the car door. Lin Fan glanced at her from the corner of his eye, and when he saw Murengzu ready, he immediately opened the car door. Murengzu held the pistol in one hand and held the car door with the other hand to ensure that her body would not be thrown out of the car. Since the door was not very spacious, it would be almost full if one person stood there. Therefore, even if Mr. Wang and others wanted to help, they could not do anything. In order to make it easier for Murengzu to shoot the tire of the car behind, Lin Fan deliberately moved the car towards the edge of the road. After Murengzu aimed for a while, she pulled the trigger and a bullet flew out quickly. Bang! The bullet did not hit the tire of the car, but hit the hood of the car, making a very crisp sound. Brother Yang. They are shooting. The 20-something evolver suddenly widened his eyes. Old Yang's face also changed, and he cursed, fuck. They want to blow up our tires. What should we do now? If we continue to follow, we are likely to be hit. The man was a little anxious. Humph. How can it be that easy? Unless you are a sharpshooter, it will be almost the same. Old Yang snorted coldly and said, if you continue to follow like this, the route of the car will change more often. Pay attention to them shooting directly at the windshield. He knew very well how difficult it was to blow up the tires with bullets when the two cars were driving so fast. Okay, Brother Yang, the driver responded quickly. According to Lao Yang's instructions, the steering wheel was constantly adjusted, and the car seemed to be driving on the road in a serpentine curve. The following cars saw Lao Yang and his car driving in a serpentine curve, and they followed suit, but their driving skills might not be as good. Bang! Bang! Murengzu continued to fire several shots, 2 of which hit the steel rim of the tire, and the remaining 3 hit other places. In short, these shots still did not hit the tire of the other party's car. Old Wang asked them if anyone can drive such a car. After noticing this situation, Lin Fan asked, this is a converted RV. Anyone who can drive an RV can drive it. Old Wang looked back at the people in the car and said, does anyone know how to drive it? Old Wang, I can drive it. A middle-aged man in his 30s stood up and said, I used to drive RVs, I think I should have no problem. You drive. Lin Fan glanced at the middle-aged man through the rearview mirror. Murengzu's shooting skills were not as good as his, so she couldn't hit the tire of the car behind, so he had to do it. The middle-aged man came forward, and Lin Fan said, when I get up, you sit down and operate it immediately. No problem. The middle-aged man nodded. The car was moving at this time, and it was impossible to stop and change the driver. This was the only way to change quickly. Seeing the middle-aged man nod, Lin Fan stood up and walked to the side without any delay. The middle-aged man's movements were also quite agile. The moment Lin Fan stood up, he sat down on the driver's seat, holding the steering wheel and continued to drive. Lin Fan expressed some satisfaction with the middle-aged man's satisfaction, then walked towards the car door and said, "Let me do it, sorry, I can't hit it," Murangzu said apologetically. She wanted to show her performance, but the car was too fast, and the other car was driving in a serpentine trajectory, so she really couldn't hit it. It's okay, shooting skills definitely require more practice. When you shoot more times later, you will become more and more proficient, Lin Fan smiled and comforted. Yes, Murangzu nodded slightly, took the pistol back from the car door, and handed it to Lin Fan. Lin Fan reached out to take the pistol and exchanged positions with Murangzu. At the same time, in the vehicle behind. Haha, Brother Yang, that woman didn't continue to shoot. It seems that she knew she couldn't hit it, so she just gave up. A laugh spread. The other people in the car also laughed. Old Yang also had a deep smile on his face and said, "Our car is moving so fast." Under such conditions, there are only two possibilities for shooting and hitting the tire. Either it's a sharpshooter, or it's extremely lucky. That woman is obviously not a sharpshooter, and her luck is not incredibly good. Of course, she can't hit the tire of our car, Old Yang said proudly. As soon as he finished speaking, he saw another figure appear at the door of the RV in front. It's that kid Lin Fan. A fierce light flashed across Old Yang's eyes. Originally, he had no impression of Lin Fan, but when Lin Fan defeated Wu Huiking, Naiwanjia, Cheng Libei in succession, and even tied with Hu Jiaqi, Lin Fan's appearance was like a branding iron, deeply imprinted in his mind. "Brother Yang, it seems that he is still planning to use a gun against us," one person said, and he had already seen Lin Fan holding a pistol in his hand and pointing it in their direction. Don't worry, although this kid's own strength is indeed very strong, it does not mean that his shooting skills are also good." Old Yang smiled disdainfully and said, "Didn't I tell you just now? In this case, if you want to shoot a tire, you must be a sharpshooter or extremely lucky. We won't consider things like extremely good luck. Look for yourself, does that kid look like a sharpshooter?" Hearing what Old Yang said, the others laughed. Although it was night, Lin Fan's eyesight was indeed very good. With the help of the moonlight, even if he couldn't hear what Old Yang and the others were saying, he could see that Old Yang and the others were laughing happily. You don't need to guess that kind of smile, you know it's a laugh at his overestimation of his own abilities. Bang! Lin Fan's mouth also raised a faint smile, and then without any delay, he fixed his eyes, locked onto the tire of the car, and quickly pulled the trigger. Along with the sound of the gun, a bullet flew out like an arrow from a bow. Chapter 148 Completely Lost. The bullet streaked across the night sky, making a piercing sound, and then hit the tire of the car with a bang. Puff! The bullet pierced the tire, and the gas inside the tire was released, making an even more piercing sound. A car traveling at such a high speed suddenly had a flat tire, and the car would shift instantly and might even lose control completely. The fact was not unexpected. After one of the tires of the car was blown out, the car shifted and lost control for a short time, and immediately rushed out of the road. There were no guardrails on this road, and the car rushed out more than 10 meters away. Bang! There happened to be a big tree in front of it, and the car hid it. Thick smoke came out of the hood, and the car was forced to stop. Of the 5 people in the car, only Lao Yang and another person were still awake, and the other 3 were all unconscious due to the collision. "Get out of the car," Lao Yang said hurriedly when he saw the thick smoke coming out of the hood. The 2 of them opened the door and got out. When they were about to pull the other 3 out of the car suddenly caught fire. Moreover, the flames, in the blink of an eye, turned into raging fire, enveloping the entire car. They had no chance of rescuing the other 3. After all, even the 2 evolvers could not withstand such a fierce and raging fire. "Brother Yang, that guy's luck is damn good," another person said solemnly. "One shot. Just one shot, and it hit the tire of their car accurately, causing a tire blowout." Old Yang's expression was also extremely solemn, but he shook his head and said, "He is not lucky." The man was stunned, and did not react to what Old Yang meant. "Look over there," Old Yang pointed and said, "all our cars were hit by him." The man hurriedly looked in the direction of Old Yang's finger, and his body trembled uncontrollably. In his sight, he really saw that the other cars in their team all rushed out of the road, either flipped on the ground, or hit something like their car before stopping. The man opened his mouth, not knowing what to say for a moment, or rather, he could not express his shock in words. He had never thought that Lin Fan's shooting skills would be so good. Even if hitting the tire of their car could be considered extremely lucky, If hitting the tires of several other cars in a row was still due to good luck, then it would be really weird. Looking at the 3 cars gradually going away on the road, Lao Yang's fingers trembled slightly. Not only did they lose Lin Fan and others, but they also caused them serious damage. Because, at this time, the total number of people who could be seen coming out of the car was no more than 10. The rest of the people were unknown. Brother Yang, what should we do now? In a car that overturned not far away, an Evolver looked at Lao Yang and asked loudly. Lao Yang took a deep breath, calmed down his emotions as soon as possible, and said, let's rescue all the injured brothers first. With Lao Yang's arrangement, the others acted quickly and tried to find a way to get those who were still trapped in the car out. Then, Lao Yang took a closer look and found that there were 10 injured and 10 dead. Damn it! How can I explain this to Sister Key? Lao Yang clenched his fists tightly, his nails almost embedded in the flesh. At this moment, there was another sound of cars driving on the road. Brother Yang, Sister Key and the others are coming. Someone shouted. Lao Yang's heart suddenly skipped a beat. The person he was most afraid of facing now was Hujiaki, but he couldn't avoid what was coming, and he had to face it in the end. He hurriedly walked to the side of the road and waved his hand. The cars that were driving stopped one after another. Hujiaki opened the door and walked out. He glanced at Lao Yang and others, frowned, and said, what's going on? Where are Lin Fan and the others? Cheng Libei and others also got out of the car, their eyes all locked on Lao Yang, waiting for Lao Yang's answer. Sister Key, Old Yang swallowed his saliva and said in a fearful tone, we lost them. Before Old Yang finished speaking, Cheng Libei asked loudly, what did you say? Lost them? How did you do things? Facing Cheng Libei's questioning, Old Yang replied with a stiff face, Brother Cheng, we were following them all the time, but Lin Fan is a complete sharpshooter. Even at such a fast speed, he was able to hit our tires with every shot, causing all our tires to burst like this. Hit the tire while driving? Don't you know how to dodge? Stop and let him shoot. Cheng Libei continued to shout. Brother Cheng, it's not that we stopped. It's that he is really a sharpshooter. Every shot is very accurate, Old Yang hurriedly explained. While speaking, he glanced at the people beside him. These people also said that Lin Fan's shooting skills were superb. Hujiaki knew that Lao Yang and the others would not dare to lie at this time. There was no time to ask about their responsibilities. He went straight to the point and asked, when your tires were punctured, did they continue to move forward? Yes. Sister Key, they continued to move forward, along this road, Lao Yang replied. You stay here and wait, we will continue to get in the car to chase them, and we must not let them escape. Hujiaki frowned and ordered. The strength shown by Lin Fan was really scary. She couldn't let such an opponent continue to grow. If so, maybe one day Lin Fan would come back to seek revenge on her. And that time must be when she can't fight Lin Fan. Therefore, it must be solved before Lin Fan grows up. Hujiaki and others quickly returned to the car and continued to drive towards this road, leaving Lao Yang and others standing there waiting. Brother Yang, do you think Sister Key and the others can catch up? After seeing the team of vehicles disappear from sight, an Evolver next to Lao Yang asked. It's difficult, too difficult. Old Yang shook his head and said helplessly, Lin Fan and others were driving very fast. We lost them for almost 10 minutes. Just think about it, how far can they drive in 10 minutes? Besides, there are other forks on this road. Alice, hearing this, several people around sighed. As it turned out, Old Yang's guess was right. Hujiaki and others drove for an hour and still didn't see Lin Fan and others. Go back, Hujiaki said slowly while sitting in the car. From her tone, it is not difficult to hear a sense of loneliness. Jiaki, are we not going to continue chasing? Cheng Libei asked with a frown. I can't catch up with them. I have completely lost them. Hujiaki shook his head. Chapter 149. It depends on the situation. It has been an hour, and there is still no trace of Lin Fan and others. Although Hujiaki didn't want to catch up, the fact is that they really can't find Lin Fan and others, let alone keep them. Sister Key, do you want us to split up and look for them again? I think we should still be able to find some traces, Wu Huoking advised. Yes, Sister Key, we just focused on searching, and the target range is relatively small. Maybe we can find them if we split up and search, Na Yuanjia also said. Search separately, Hujiaki said in a cold voice, have you not seen Lin Fan's strength? If we search separately, even if we find him, we will only die. Tonight's search ends here. Let's go back now. If we want to find him, We will start to search in a planned way during the day. Hearing this, Cheng Libei nodded and said, Jiaki is right. It is not good for us to search separately now. Even if we find them, they will easily kill us. After all, their strength should not be underestimated. Let's go back first and make a long-term plan during the day. Although he wanted Lin Fan to die without a burial place, he also understood that Jiaki was telling the truth. The strength of Lin Fan and others is not something that a simple team can achieve. What's more, Lin Fan and others have plenty of guns and ammunition. According to the description of Lao Yang and others, Lin Fan also has the level of a sharpshooter. All these factors make them have to be cautious. Not long after, they drove back to the road where Lao Yang and others were. Sister Qi, Lao Yang greeted them quickly. Go find a car on the side of the road and drive back, Jiaki said coldly. Yes, Old Yang nodded in response. From Jiaki's tone, he already knew that he would be punished. As for how severe the punishment would be, he would have to wait until daytime to find out. 3 cars were driving slowly on the road. These 3 cars were naturally driven by Lin Fan and others. Those guys don't even dream of catching up with us, Murin Shan chuckled. Haha, if they dream, they still have a chance, Old Wang smiled lightly. Everyone laughed along, and the atmosphere in the car was very lively. Murin Zhu's beautiful eyes were full of smiles. She glanced at Lin Fan and asked, Where are we going now? Are we going back to the dock? Don't rush to the dock now. Brother Zhong and the others may not be there when we get there. If they are not there, we will not be able to return to the island. Lin Fan thought for a moment and said, Let's go to the Donghu copper factory first. That's right. We came out to find materials. After what happened here, I almost forgot about the materials. Murin Zhu touched her forehead with her hand. If Lin Fan hadn't reminded her, she really didn't remember it for a while. Well, it happens that Mr. Wang is here too. We can take a closer look at which materials are more effective for forging weapons in the Donghu copper factory, Lin Fan analyzed. Besides, we have a lot of manpower here. When the time comes, we can find a few trucks and take the materials inside to the dock. This will save some trouble. Before, when it was only him, Murin Zhu, and Murin Shan, the 3 of them definitely couldn't get much materials to take away. At most, they could fill up the RV. But now it's different. Now they have a lot of manpower, whether it's transporting materials or sorting materials, the speed and efficiency will be greatly improved. While talking, Lin Fan drove in front to lead the way, and soon drove the car into the Donghu copper factory. Mr. Wang, we will all rest here tonight. After we have rested, we will start to select these materials during the day, summarize and organize them, so that they can be transported to the dock together. Lin Fan parked the car, stood up and looked at Mr. Wang and said, Okay, Mr. Wang nodded. He said he had no problem with Lin Fan's arrangement. The group got out of the car and walked into one of the buildings. The man in the vest smiled and said, Lin Fan, I have a question to ask you. What question? Lin Fan smiled. That is, when you first saw the 4 of us, did you have the intention to kill us? The man in the vest touched his nose and stared at Lin Fan with curiosity. Hearing him ask this, Su Guanai and the other 2 also turned their attention to him. Lin Fan shook his head slightly and said, I generally don't kill innocent people, unless they want to die, in which case there's nothing to say. Is that so? I thought you wanted to kill us from the beginning, but you changed your mind after you found out that the weapon was powerful. It seems that I am petty, the man in the vest said. Lin Fan reached out and patted the man in the vest on the shoulder, saying, Don't think too much. In the doomsday, our biggest enemy is undoubtedly the zombies. Every living human can be regarded as a precious resource. If everyone has the intention to kill people who are not in their team and kills them whenever they see them, the speed of human destruction will become faster and faster. By then, there will not be many humans left. Is there any hope for the whole world? These words fell into the ears of the man in the vest and others, like a wake-up call. They realized that there was not only a gap in strength between them and Lin Fan, but also a huge gap in thinking. Old Wang couldn't help but look at Lin Fan twice more. He didn't expect Lin Fan to have such a deep understanding at this age. It was really precious. In the apocalypse, we must do whatever it takes to survive, and we must also leave human resources in order to grow stronger. No matter how strong a person is, it is impossible to kill all the zombies, and it is impossible to do everything by himself. Okay, everyone is very tired now, let's find a place to have a good rest, and we will do things after we wake up, Lin Fan said. This building has a large area and there are many places to sleep. However, Lin Fan and the other two did not sleep in it, but returned to the RV. Brother Lin Fan, do we still have to deal with Hujayaki and the others later? Muringshan leaned back in her seat and asked curiously. It depends. Lin Fan smiled and said, we didn't actually lose anything in this conflict with them. On the contrary, we should thank them for forcing us to go to the island with us, so, if they don't come to provoke us, it's okay to let them go, but if they want to provoke us, we are not soft persimmons. Yes, with the character of Mr. Wang, if he is not forced by Hujayaki, he will definitely be willing to move to the island. Muringshan nodded. And the weapons forged by Mr. Wang are really powerful. With him, the overall strength of our team will be improved faster. By then, everyone will have a powerful weapon, Muringzu said. Yes, this is the same as producing bullets. As long as there are enough materials, everyone in our team can have good weapons. Lin Fan said. Chapter 150 How to Search. After the three chatted for a while in the car, they didn't say anything more and each leaned back in their seats to rest. This time, they all slept very soundly. Since they rested at dawn, it was already 11 o'clock in the morning when they woke up. After eating, Lin Fan came to Old Wang and said, Old Wang, you are an expert in forging weapons. We are not familiar with it. Take a closer look at how many materials in this Donghu copper factory can be used to forge weapons. When we summarize and sort out the materials later, we will first separate the materials that can be used to forge weapons and put them separately, and not use them to produce bullets. At present, they are staying on the island, and the demand for bullets is not very large. But if everyone has a powerful close-range weapon, it will be able to improve their own strength. Therefore, Lin Fan thinks that there is nothing wrong with giving priority to the materials for forging weapons now. Okay, I will take people to take a look now, and let them summarize and sort out while watching. Old Wang nodded. Okay, you take people to see it. I'll go out with them to find a truck. After sorting out the materials, put them in the truck, Lin Fan said. As soon as the voice fell, Lin Fan and Old Wang took action separately. On Old Wang's side, the main people he brought were those who had been helping him forge weapons. On Lin Fan's side, Su Guanyu and Lu Xianzhuang followed. They didn't know how to forge weapons, so they were more suitable to do other things. Villa area. Hujayaki gathered Cheng Libei, Wu Huaking, Nayuanjia and other evolvers together again. I am also very responsible for this matter. If I hadn't made the wrong decision, Lin Fan and Old Wang and others would not have been able to escape. Hujayaki first admitted her own mistakes in front of everyone. Then, she changed the subject and said, since the mistake has already happened, we must face up to its existence and find a way to make up for it. Now we don't know where Lin Fan, Old Wang and others are, but we can guess that they will not leave the city for the time being. As long as we gradually search the city, we will definitely find out where they are. Moreover, the sound of forging weapons is not small, and the number of zombies in the city center is huge. If Old Wang wants to choose a new place to forge weapons, it will definitely not be within the city center. Then, the first area we should search should be the surrounding areas of the city. Although Hujayaki is a woman, when she calms down and analyzes the problem, she is very logical and people can't find any problems with her. After Hujayaki finished speaking, Cheng Libei stepped forward and added, we should also pay attention to one thing. Forging weapons requires materials. If we can't find them directly, we can go to places where there are materials and squirt there. They can't not come out to look for materials, unless they don't want to continue forging weapons. Yes, we must pay attention to places where there are materials for forging weapons and arrange people to guard them at any time. Hujayaki nodded, and was very satisfied with the supplement proposed by Cheng Libei. Then, Hujayaki began to arrange the work. Except for some evolvers who were to stay in important positions, the rest of the evolvers were all arranged for search work. Even the 5 evolvers who were just subdued before were not spared. Remember, this search must be carried out safely. Hujayaki's beautiful eyes condensed, and she warned, our losses are already not small, and there can be no more losses. When Lao Yang led the team to chase Lin Fan, 2 of the 10 injured were evolvers. Their injuries were very serious and they could not recover for a while. And among the 10 dead, there were 3 evolvers. Although her team's overall strength is not simple, with dozens of evolvers, they can't withstand such a loss. Jiaki, I think that for the sake of safety and convenience of inventory, our search team, except for those who need to guard the material site, should come back every day to report the situation. What do you think? Cheng Libei pondered for a moment and made another suggestion. Okay, Hu Jiaqi didn't think much about it, nodded, and said, it is indeed necessary to do so. Come back every day to report the situation. This way, it is also easy to determine which places have been searched, and it will be faster to eliminate them. Cheng Libei is a person whose personality is sometimes a bit strange, but it is still useful at critical times. Yes, many evolvers answered in unison. Okay, everyone, take action and find Lin Fan and Old Wing as soon as possible, Hu Jiaqi ordered. Lin Fan's strength and potential have already made her feel a strong sense of crisis. If she doesn't find Lin Fan and keep an eye on him or kill him, her inner uneasiness will become stronger. And this feeling of uneasiness will have a great impact on her emotions. Therefore, it can be said without hesitation that, besides Cheng Libei, the person who wants to find Lin Fan the most is her. In fact, she wants to find Lin Fan more than Cheng Libei. After hearing Hu Jiaqi's order, Cheng Libei and others did not delay at all. After responding again, they turned around and left the villa and began to select the people they needed to take with them to search. After assembling their respective teams, they left the villa area and started their search. Donghu Copper Factory. Old Wang led people to summarize and organize the materials for forging weapons, and Lin Fan led people to find a car. Not long after, Lin Fan and others drove more than 10 large trucks back. With so many trucks, we should be able to move all the materials here at once, right? Muran Shan looked at the large trucks neatly parked in the factory parking lot and couldn't help blinking. Hearing this, Lin Fan smiled faintly and said, even if it can't be moved, there will probably be nothing left. In fact, Lin Fan knew very well that Hu Jiaqi was not a fool. He left with Old Wang, so Hu Jiaqi would definitely think that they were looking for materials for forging weapons. In other words, after reacting immediately, Hu Jiaqi would arrange people to search for the places with materials for forging weapons. They didn't need to have a direct conflict with Hu Jiaqi's people at this time. Anyway, they had enough manpower now, and it was not difficult to move the materials in the Donghu Copper Factory at one time. I'll go see how Mr. Wang and the others have summarized and sorted out the materials. You keep an eye on the outside and notify me immediately if you find anything unusual, Lin Fan reminded. Although it is unlikely that Hu Jiaqi's people will search here so quickly, it's always right to be careful. What's more, Hu Jiaqi's team is not the only one in this city, there must be other teams. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone, see you in the next video.